The following presentation does not represent Australian opinion or intellect. We do not speak for any religious order or ethnic minority. We are not political scientists or uni graduates. We're insignificant upper-lower class scum, comparing notes and airing grievances. It's just our opinion. Deal with it.
No way that GST will ever be part of our policy.
Never ever.
Never ever, it's dead.
If they don't like it, go back to where they're fighting.
It is a
or
big
they're
idea.
You know, we don't need them.
A new world order. By 1990, no Australian child will be living in poverty.
Right.
Can we just start with the blues?
Da 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 da.
Mate,
That was awesome.
what a win.
Mate.
What a win.
I was like, you know what's fucked is your brother messaged me at like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go, and he's just like, yeah, now we'll just settle it. When we took the lead by like 4 goals or whatever it was, he's like, yeah, let's just settle in for the 10-minute fourth quarter heart attack monitoring. I'm
the
like,
usual.
They kicked those 2 quick goals, brought it back down to like 18
18
points.
points. And that's when I was in the
like,
van going home, and I'm like, oh, God, here
good
we
old
go.
Carlton.
here we go. It's all over.
But we held on.
Mate, you didn't see it,
Bounce
but
back.
Look, I'll say it like I said, man. Just the turnaround. It didn't look like we were in doubt. Considering where we are, I was just fucking stunned. Like, what do you mean?
Just knocked off the fucking flag favourites.
Yeah, but you know what shit, man? Like, they do things like that, and then they come out against, St Kilda, and they play like they've never played before in their lives. You're like, well, what the hell's going on? Casbolt, 1 from 8.
Yeah.
And that's like standard with Carlton.
Typical Carlton.
But I think Bolts has got him on the right track.
Hey, if he doesn't get like Coach of the Year, then fuck, man.
Boys, I didn't think we were going to get a win this year. Maybe against Essendon or maybe against Brizzy. But
Beveridge got Coach of the Year last year, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
Think so.
Who is contending for that? Other than, like, say, Clarkson or whatever, like standard.
This year.
No,
last year.
Oh, who's
Who would you have put as like a Coach of the Year last year other than
The
Beveridge?
doggies sprung a surprise, so it had to be Beveridge.
It had to be.
Yeah.
But, like, who else was even up there? Like, you'd give it to Clarkson for what? Winning? Lion for, like, doing the big run? No. Right? Well, you wouldn't give it to Clarkson again this year.
No.
Right? Lion, like, he's lucky to have a job next year.
0-10.
0-10, man. How?
Look, they've been slaughtered by injuries, but come on. Look at Carlton's list. And we're winning games out of our ass. We beat Geelong. We beat Geelong.
Yeah. Nah, look, injuries doesn't cut it. Not 0-10. They were winning against yesterday. I wasn't even paying attention to the game because I was at work. I checked my phone and it's like, Freo looks set to take their first win for the year. I'm like, fuck. All right. Yeah, St Kilda snatched victory. Like, what the fuck?
The jaws of defeat.
Yeah, what happened in the last 10 minutes?
It's going to be like the biggest drop-off of all time, right? Like, I don't remember.
Freo?
Yeah, Freo.
Yeah, oh, mate. It's...
Who else has dropped off that hard?
Mate, they made the prelim last year. They haven't won a game this year. That's fucked. That's fucked.
I don't know.
Haven't won one game at home either. Like,
Tanking.
Well, they were saying that. Who was saying it at work today? Someone was saying, they're clearly tanking. I'm like, for what?
Yeah, for what?
Okay, they were top of the ladder last year. How can you?
They still got heaps of good players as well.
The list hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Other than 5.
They lost Crowley.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Crowley, they delisted him, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And Michael Johnson was in the back line. They've lost him. Pavlich is old. I feel sorry for that guy, man.
So do I. I wanted him to
I
win
love
one.
Pav,
Yeah.
man. I reckon he's
He
fantastic.
needed to win something big, man.
I wanted him to get a premiership.
something.
You know what? When his contract was up a few years ago, he should have gone to Adelaide, where he's from, and played with the Crows. Could you imagine him and
him with
Walker
Tex.
up front?
Oh.
Could you imagine with Betts now running around? Mate,
Yeah, nah.
no chance for other cunts. There'd be no chance.
What did they offer him for him to stay?
Oh, it must have been stupid money. Like,
But he's out of contract. Like,
yeah, this would be his last year.
That's it.
Well, he was contemplating retirement last year.
yeah.
And he's
But-
like,
'cause
maybe I'll stay.
They went
one
all
more
the
time.
way, sort of thing. It's like, yeah, all right, fuck it. You know what the thing is? I don't even remember how Freo did in the finals last year. That's like no memory.
Did they?
I don't either, actually.
I don't remember.
No, I couldn't tell you, boys. I couldn't tell you.
They made it past the first round, I'm pretty sure, of the finals.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure.
You'd hope.
That's man.
Oh, yeah, the stats man. Yeah.
Well, in the qualifying final, they beat Sydney by 9 points. so they skipped a week, so they made it to the prelim,
Yeah.
and then they lost to the Hawks at Domain Stadium in Perth.
So that's it.
Yeah.
As in, like, people already packing their bags. Like, yeah, I'm going to Bali for like 8 weeks.
And that just shattered them, and now they just can't.
Yeah, that's it.
Can't win
People
anything.
never got back off the drugs. Like, yeah, some guy's still got a Filipino wife that he's like siphoning all his money to. It makes sense, like clearly.
Couple of kids on the side.
in the 6 months since like pre-season ended, as in like end of season, yeah, he managed to snag up a few kids and a wife in Southeast Asia.
The corner of some
Yeah,
some
but
little
can you
shit
picture
town.
Valentine getting like pushed around by like a thick sort of Filipino bird?
Yeah.
Hey Dan! Hey Dan!
Her older brother just like shirt fronting him. Valentine getting just rung around the banisters like that.
Poor
Oh,
Hayden.
mate.
Poor
And,
Hayden.
go just say, though, go the Blues, honestly.
Fuck
go
yeah.
the Blues.
That was such a good performance.
Absolutely. And we've played so well the last part. Like, even against North, we got smashed, but there were some good signs. You know, Cripps was going in for the hard ball, all that. So, for all the doubters, kiss my ass. Go the Blues.
Suck it.
Yeah, watch us get smashed next week, man.
Against Brizzy.
Oh, drilled. Yeah, fucking what's his name? Robbo.
Oh,
Kicked like 100.
hey, you know what? Tommy Bell's playing really well for Brizzy. He kicked 4 goals again yesterday. That makes me
I
sad.
haven't followed like him at
No,
all.
Tommy Bell
He's
is playing
No,
really... He's
I
probably
didn't
winning their
follow- I
BNF.
didn't follow his career.
He's probably winning their BNF.
Well, that's not going to be hard. Robbo won it last year.
You know, Robbo.
So why'd we get rid of him? What was the deal with
His
that?
old
wanted to
man,
go home.
His old man was
Okay.
crook or something.
Yeah, he wanted to go. Like, it's fair. All right, give him
Yeah,
that.
fair,
Like,
cool, whatever. You know, it's fair enough.
Yeah.
You can't hate the guy.
Yeah,
for
family first before football, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a shame. He was fucking good.
and he's absolutely been killing it. Like, he kicked 4 goals yesterday and just palming off cunts with his hand.
That. You know what pisses me off? Like, Bell was like one of our like hopes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Same like with Casbolt and all that because we're following Casbolt since fuck man
Since
like,
they got him smashed on that end
Yeah.
of season thing.
right? And like Bell was one of those names as well that was meant to be like
Yeah.
a beacon of hope for us. But we would have never known because of the fucking malt breath experiment. Like, do you know what I mean?
Thanks, Malt Breath.
The fact that he
Malt
took
dick.
Armfield and put him, you know, in Bush League for a year, 2 years, like, yeah, right in there. Like, he was one of our most, like, key players, man, consistent players.
I mean, today he played awesome.
Killed it, man. Killed it. And the players are responding to him as well. It's like, what the hell was Malthouse doing?
We've always said that about Army. Like we've always loved him.
Yeah, Army was... like,
Army was
the
always that
hardest
cult
player.
hero kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone loved Army.
He wasn't a superstar, but he'd always do the hard stuff. He'd always go
Yeah.
in there and get the ball and be like, Army tried.
Yeah.
You know?
No. I get it. And that's what pisses me off. Those couple of years that we lost.
Yeah, Maltcock fucked us.
Maltcock.
Dirty Malt Breath. Came in, fucked the joint and left.
Like, I'm out, bitches.
Malt breath. That was the best one. Malt breath.
Yeah, spraying his dirty malt breath on the coach's screen.
I know we ripped out malt dick.
Malt dick.
I don't know. Dude, I gotta say this. I've been hammering like the last episode, yeah? Like just for whatever.
Yeah.
I keep fucking laughing at this one thing that probably went unnoticed, like at the time. Yeah. When I fired up about like the recycling the celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
And then you said, Johnny, you said Denise Drysdale. Do you remember what you said?
No, I can't remember.
You said Bed's
Oh, Bev Marks Beds.
That even slipped past me, dude. I didn't-
yeah, like we were fired up, we were pissing ourselves laughing, and he slipped it in, and I heard it because like when I was editing it or whatever. And every time I hear it now, that's all I pay attention
Just
to.
his little
Bev
Marks
Marks
beds.
How the fuck did you remember that ad, man?
Special comments.
I'm serious. How did you remember that ad? Would have been out. How old were we? Like
Man.
kids.
He used to jerk off to it. That's why I remember.
Oh, who, Denise? Mate, Denise was the shit.
Dude, I swear to
Double
God,
D's.
I thought of that ad and I just died. Like all those cheap, and then like.
Bev
Do you
Marks
know what I
Beds.
remember? Do you remember when Sheedy retired and then he started appearing in all those, like, with that energy save, something to do with energy saving or like
Because he was an old plumber and stuff.
solar panels or
Yeah,
water
yeah,
heating?
the solar panels. Yeah.
Yeah. And all of them, like, once they retire from whatever they're doing, they all just start hitting the other
commercials.
was
Mark
it
Taylor with Fujitsu.
Yeah, Mark Taylor, he's been around for
The
like
air
a decade,
conditioning
man.
and-
yeah.
yeah.
Who was the guy selling like home? Is it home estates like those Caroline Spring estates? Was it Lee Matthews?
Yes, it was for
Was it Lethal?
It wasn't for Port. It was for Divine or something.
Some shit.
Wait,
like,
yes.
Yeah, Divine rings more of a
Something,
bell.
something
yeah.
like that. So it was awesome. It's like, oh, you got to be quick. It's like Lee Matthews. Are you serious?
Have you seen, man? There was this ad that came out like a year ago, probably longer, man. And it's a V8 driver. I can't remember who. It's some V8 driver, and they're selling, I think, Just Cars insurance. And he's like, when I'm on the track, I like to feel protected, blah, blah, blah. So even off the track, I want to make sure I'm getting covered and all that shit.
Oh, that old spiel.
Yeah. But he walks off the track and he sits down at like some office, yeah? Like you're assuming like with a salesperson. But he's still wearing like the fireproof
I remember
suit.
that. Yeah, I totally remember
And I
that.
remember asking the question, like, why is he still wearing the suit?
He wears
in
it
his
to bed.
after
He wears it
hours?
to bed. That's right.
Otherwise, you wouldn't know it was him.
Yeah.
Like V8 drivers, man, seriously. like to drive a V8 is fucking hard, right? And to do it like, those like King of the Mountain shit, like whatever.
Speak for yourself. No, yeah. Go on.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, they had to put him in the ad, and he had to be wearing that fire fucking proof suit going to the office. I don't know. That's just started thinking of like ads and shit. Just started pissing me off, man.
It was Divine Homes. I just looked at it.
Do you want me to tell you why that?
I did my research.
Do you want me to tell you why that AFL app is pissing me off?
Oh yeah.
Because you're asking me like if we can pay $6 a month, and we can hook it up to the TV.
Yeah.
We can watch the games and shit here.
Yeah.
But what they've done is, like, with this app, you can't link it to your TV. Like, it's something built into the app. So if you try and like hook it up to your TV, it just cuts it out.
Don't, we'll break it. We'll do something.
Bullshit.
Whereas any other app, like if I link it to my TV with Apple TV, it'll show up on the screen.
Okay.
But with the AFL app, they've made it so you can't do that.
I was in wirelessly. You can't do it.
You just can't do it anyway.
Even like by plugging it in.
Yeah, even hardwired.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So they make you buy the other one, which is like more expensive, like $18 a month, $18 a week
That's
or
a
whatever.
dog of an act.
Yeah.
$18 a week to get the footy on your phone. But like being able to, that's fucked.
But
Yeah,
you
but
bu-
if you pay $6, then it'll work on your phone and on your tablet. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sucks.
yeah. Because I got all excited like last week when I got it, paid for it, plugged it into the TV, and it just went black.
What's the AFL channel costing like Foxtel or something, man?
I've got it in the package.
Yeah,
So,
like what would it be worth?
what, like, I wouldn't have a clue, man. I didn't pay for it.
I think it's like $25 a month
$25 a month to get,
But
like,
just for the AFL, I think.
just for the
right,
AFL.
let's just
yeah.
say like the AFL thing, $25 a month to get AFL channel on Foxtel, pay TV, whatever. But $18 a week to get it on your phone to stream it to your TV.
Mm-hmm.
Are they joking?
Like, it'd be awesome if I could just stream this to my TV, because then it would be,
Yeah.
$6 a week, that's fair, and we can watch it through the TV. But, like, they make it so you just can't, you have to look at it on your phone.
That's fucked.
I know.
See, I got this message the other day from Chelsea saying,
Cheapskates.
did you know you can get your 2016 AFL Live Pass for free? So I have no idea. I just ignored it.
Probably just spam or something, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I know when you sign up, you get, like, 2 weeks free. Like, it's like a
I haven't
trial.
used it or anything. Like, yeah.
$20 to watch footy. As far as I'm concerned, man, like footy should be free.
Yeah.
Seriously, like footy should be
I
fucking
make enough
free.
money from the television rights, like, all that kind
Like,
of stuff.
back in the
but-
day, it was just all the games, right? Like, most of them.
Yeah, with like Sandy Roberts and Drew Morfitt.
Yeah. Drew Morfitt.
Oh my god,
Drew.
I think he's, like, on
He's still
ABC, like, commentating on ABC.
No, but
for, like,
he's still around. He does. Remember that show he used to do Around the Grounds back in the day, like on Sunday evenings, like after everything finished. They've brought it back, and he's doing some segment now once a week, doing like Around the Grounds. And he's awesome. Drew Morfitt was awesome. But yeah, he's on ABC and stuff like that.
Do you want to
Morfitt.
remember from the footy, man? Like when I was a kid, you watch it like the news updates, or you just watching TV, and it had that really harsh scoreboard, like that
Yeah.
harsh
Staunch.
electronic scoreboard.
Yeah.
And then like you had the goal umpires in the butcher's coats and the big handlebar modes.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And, like, they're waving the flags, like they're calling in the first fleet or something.
They run onto the ground like all serious, like
Man,
filling in their little books.
they had a barber going at the back of the, like,
Oh,
in the locker rooms, man. Just finally adding the wax to the mustache because they all looked like that.
All of them.
From the time we were like 3 to the time we were like 20.
Maybe they were like butchers or bakers.
Wasn't that
They
the-
couldn't afford to like.
Isn't
be-
that the myth behind North? Because I went to the North game last week. They were playing, like it was their home game. They had all the fucking home team videos. Pretty sure they said like a lot of the first North players were butchers and shit. So they had like blood on their coats when they walked in and changed rooms. Like, some
Probably.
shit. I don't know.
shin boner spirit? Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, like all that shit. You know what I mean?
I'll
I
take
don't
out your
know,
shins, cunt.
I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, go the Blues.
Go the Blues.
Absolutely.
And can I just add that I dreamt that we would win this game?
yeah.
Yes, and I'll say you messaged on the thread. It was like a few days ago, and you said, "Boys, we're gonna win." And you're like, I had a
what
dream.
did the oracles see exactly?
All I remember from the dream is, and I didn't even remember the dream when I woke up in the morning. It was like later on in the day, and it just like came to me as like a vision. But I know I dreamt it, and it was just like I just remember seeing Patrick Dangerfield's face. He was like sad, and Cruz's face, and it was happy, and like Carlton won.
Cruiser, of all players, like Cruiser, like
It came true.
It came true.
Well, Johnny, we have to thank you for the Carlton win. Seriously, thank you.
We'll send a letter in to Bolt to say, listen, mate, I don't know what you think you're doing.
You did all right, but
But it was Johnny.
The real push is out here.
Yeah, Johnny got got us over the line.
the dream child.
The dream child. The dream
You're
child.
fine, man. Seriously. I don't know.
But yeah.
Fucking week, man. I actually haven't seen... Have I seen you this week?
No.
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 I haven't. I've
It was
seen you-
Wednesday.
we've worked a bit.
Wednesday. I saw you Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
But that's
What
about
day is it, man?
Sunday.
Dude, I've lost track of fucking time, man.
Yeah,
I
no,
worked
finished.
like yesterday. Like I worked till 6 and basically got up at 5 again to go back to work.
I did the midnight shift yesterday.
They're pushing me to do midnight
shit.
tonight.
What time did you finish
I
this morning?
laughed.
6,
5.
5. It's pretty harsh, man.
Wait, today?
No, the day before.
Yeah, because I thought I
Are
saw
you doing
today.
a midnight tonight?
Yeah, back at midnight tonight.
And what are you doing here?
They asked me to do it. Did you get rostered on?
Yeah, it was on my roster always.
They asked me to do it. Like, we want to push your shift back by an hour.
Yeah, so I finish at 1:30 this afternoon and back in tonight at midnight.
Fuck. That's harsh,
That's
man.
fucked. Man, you know what's been on my fucking mind, like, since the last episode, man? Because, like, a lot of it, like, I don't know about you, man, but, like, to me and Johnny, like, people have been coming up to us, like, non-stop, especially at work and stuff, and just saying, like, just either quoting, like, something from the episode and, like, losing our shit. Like, that's really cool. All right? I don't know if you've been copping it.
Uh-huh. I've been commenting on text messages and stuff, saying
Man.
when's the next one and all that kind of stuff.
All it did was force, like, it got me to, like, keep listening to it.
Yeah.
Just seeing what the hell we were even talking, like, rambling about, man. Because, like, I've forgotten. Right? But, man, it got me thinking, like, about the budget again, all right? And how we broke down that budget. And I cracked it because there were so many things that weren't on the fucking list. That should have
We
been.
just scratched the surface of the
Like,
budget.
that should have
really.
been on there,
Yeah.
right? And we were already at 35K. And then I thought about what you said about, like, the campaign thing costing 25 mil.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Was that campaign thing for one poly, or was it for, like, Labor Party and, you know...
I think it was combined.
For, like, a district or something?
Wait, sorry, what? It was for, like, that was both parties combined. That was the total cost.
Oh, as in so far into the...
Yeah.
All right.
That's ridiculous. That's a
Dude,
lot
that's
of money.
25, right? And then someone stopped me and said, do you know what the allowance is for living away, like for some of these MPs and stuff? And he said like 260 or something, 2 something per week. And then a lot of them got shafted because one dude had bought like a property through his company and then paid himself rent. Like, does that make sense? So, like, effectively, taxpayer money was funding this guy's rental property, which was his own, right? And then it got me thinking, like, hang on a second, man. What is the actual salary? Because we keep speculating, like, you know, what are the actual salaries for, like, an MP or a poly or a prime minister? Like, what do they make, right? Like, what the fuck do they make? And then, like, man, my mind was going into overdrive. Like, you have no idea. I lay awake on one of these nights.
Sitting in front of Daniel
I
Andrews'
swear to
office, just
Christ.
waiting for it to open.
Yeah, I actually lay awake on Saturday because I woke up at 4:40 and my shift had been cancelled for 6. Cut-off time is 5. And I'm like, got moved to 9:30. I'm like, if I do a full shift, that means I'm finishing at 6 and I'm back in at 6 the next day. Like that, I'm going to be fucked for the next like 5 days straight. So I'm lying there at like 4 in the morning, just like bubbling 5, blah, 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 right? I'm like, you know what? No, that's not right. I looked it up, man. I looked up some numbers, all right? What do you reckon? Seriously, like just, here we go. All right.
Just an average MP?
Like, it's basically, because like I don't know do you guys know what like parliament or government is basically made up of? Like your roles and shit? Like, you know, you got like the speaker, the whip and all that sort of shit. I've got no idea, man.
You got your minister for sport, you got your minister for
You got 100
arse,
fucking senators.
Minister for hookers.
sports and recreation. That's it, right? I've got like I don't think, unless I'm a complete fucking idiot, I don't think the average Australian actually knows like what the hell goes on in Parliament. Did you ever go to as an excursion for school?
Oh, to the courts?
Yeah, the
Like
courts,
when you go to the courts
or
and
like the
stuff.
Senate, like the yeah. Did you
No,
ever go?
we never did that. No.
Really?
Our school took us, and this is where you're going to end up.
We went to
in the
Sovereign Hill.
courts.
We went to Sovereign Hill.
Sovereign Hill. I actually went to Canberra as a kid.
Did some gold panning.
Did you find anything?
Gold painting.
Left my little vial of gold. Have you guys been to Sovereign Hill?
Yeah, man. But I was a kid.
I was a kid, not with the school though, or anything.
You get those little bottles with like little flakes of gold at the bottom.
Painted rocks.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they sting you like $50.
Yeah.
Oh, you found some gold.
Yeah, I remember I got a wanted poster with my name on it. That was my like treat from Sovereign Hill. I was really excited, man.
I love bowling, like with the wooden ball and like the fucking, had the old time bowling alley. That was cool. Actually,
You picked the most slacker sport.
just reminded
Bowling.
me, when I was there at Sovereign Hill, I was actually on that show Getaway, remember that?
Oh, who was the host? Was it one of the daddos?
Yeah, it was like Cameron Daddo or some shit.
One of the
Yeah,
daddos or
And
something.
Katrina Roundtree.
Yeah, like any dingo, like something random.
But yeah, they filmed it, like, just showing, what they do.
Yeah.
School excursions, whatever, and I was on TV and shit.
Johnny's sitting there throwing a pin at someone like
I was dressed up in my little old school, like, whatever.
How old were you? We in primary
Grade
school.
5.
Oh, so the top tier student, like the top of the thing. You sort of like,
top of the tree, mate.
yeah, you're shaking hands with the grade 6, just sort of leaning on the grade 4s.
You're sitting there doing a segment with Ernie.
I can't imagine him as a kid. Can you imagine him as a kid?
Nah.
I was like the model student at primary school.
Bullshit.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I did the speech at the graduation. I was like house captain and shit.
Oh,
I
same.
was house captain, man. I was house captain in grade 6.
was
Blue House.
Yeah, same.
You serious?
Franklin.
Represent Landy.
Gold, mate. It's all gold.
Franklin.
It's all gold, baby.
Eureka. Yeah.
But they fucked around there and they renamed all their houses at the end of the grade. When I was in grade 6, so gold became opals or some shit. Green became emeralds. Blue became sapphire. Red became, I think, rubies.
Well, we had blue was Landy, red don't know, Cuthbert was yellow, and green fucked if I know. Like it was just
Who?
It was all Olympians.
So we had green for the Daintree Forest because it's green. Blue was Franklin for the Franklin River, blue. Yellow was Eureka for the Eureka Stockade.
The most racist,
What was
bit
red?
of Australian history
Red
right
was
there.
all red.
Golly.
Dude, racist, man. Did you see what happened at the protests? The anti-Islam,
Islam thing?
pro-culture shit? Did you see it?
No, I didn't see
I
it.
thought you would have been all over it, man.
Mate.
Yeah,
Mate.
working nights, I kind of just...
Cunts got fucked up, man. It was fucked. You know what I don't understand about all that shit, right? Forget the obvious shit, like, we're in a multicultural country, we're built by immigrants, this and that, like, yada, yada, yada. I don't get the anonymous masks. As in, not just, like, people that wear anonymous masks, but, like, the bandanas and, like, the balaclavas because they want to remain anonymous. Like, how much pride do you actually have in, like, your convictions? Because you're not going to get... You could have the most... This is the great thing about Australia, right? You could have the most fucked up opinion on the planet. Like, look at Pauline Hanson, Look at half the heads that have, like, rolled through. Like, they can say whatever the fuck they want and no one takes them out, right? But they go to a pro, like, culture, anti-Islam rally, but they're anonymous. Like, something's going to happen. Why? What are you worried about, man?
No, they're just...
That people might hate you for being a fucking bigot? Like, yeah, no shit, then what the fuck are you doing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And that used to piss me off about, like, the Eureka Stockade, right? Which goes back to, like, the mining days and the blockade and all that sort of shit, right? Which is, forget, they don't even go there. Like, we'll dissect that another time, right? Because I can't be fucked. But they've all got, like, Aussie flags.
Yeah.
Right? And this is what gets me. Like, without... when we... when we made, like... Especially when Johnny and I were brainstorming our theme song, right, for this thing, yeah? I said, we have to have the Aussie national anthem, like, underlying the opening thing.
Yeah, you said
and
that
you
from
fucking
word go.
died. You started laughing. Like, that's gold. I thought, why is that gold? And then when I actually did it, and I just listened back to it, and then, like, especially now when I saw the images that you gave me, I'm just like, it's funny because I don't feel, like, attached to the fucking national anthem.
No.
Like I don't feel attached to the flag. No. Not because I'm unpatriotic, man. Fucking green and gold, all the way. Yeah. But what do you say? Like when we think of Aussie, you think of green and fucking gold.
Yeah, you don't think Union Jack or you don't think of blue, red, and white.
Yeah.
Like, it's not us.
Like a lot of our sport teams, right? Like when they play international sport, if they've got a clash of strips,
We go the other way.
we go blue.
Yeah.
We wear blue.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are Australians wearing blue? Right? Like true
blue.
Aussie. Get fucked, right? So when I was watching the riots, and I'm thinking to myself, you fucking pussies, like you attend a riot because you're that strong and convicted and all that shit, but you don't want to show your face, right? At the same time, you're waving Aussie flags. That Union Jack is a British fucking emblem.
Yep.
We're Australians. Your whole thing is about migrancy
Yeah, that's
and an
hilarious.
influx of migrancy, but you're waving a European emblem. Like,
What the?
what the fuck?
Doesn't make sense.
Nah,
That's definitely not right.
is that fucked? No, dead set.
Yeah, it's
like,
fucked up.
It's not just me thinking like stupid shit. That is like what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
And you at the same time, man, like you still see neo-Nazis running around like balaclava and shit.
Yeah.
You know, made them, a few, get spotted every now and then, right? I used to see them on the bus going to Caulfield every time you'd go, it's Caulfield or Southland, you go through Cheltenham and shit, there'd be like neo-Nazis on the bus. Shaved heads, tan fucking pants, boots.
They
like,
couldn't
yeah,
give a
cool.
fuck.
Yeah, they couldn't give a fuck, right? But you're anti-Islam.
Yeah.
And then, you know what else I got thinking, man? Like, right? Where does every Australian go at least once for holidays, man? Like, because they're like,
What, Bali?
Bali.
Yeah. And that's the biggest. It's Indonesia. It's the biggest
is
Islamic
the
country.
biggest, Islamic nation on the planet.
Yeah.
On the fucking planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most populated.
But yet,
we
Aussies head over for holiday.
Yeah.
I went there last year.
Yeah. I was there like a couple of years ago, man. I wasn't in Bali, I was in Jakarta. But
Yeah, Pat Smith was telling me how crazy they are. Like, Islam, like, you know, his missus is over there. She lives
Yeah.
over there. Yeah.
yeah.
Like, strict as religious. Like, yeah.
But that's the thing, man. It depends where you go, right? Because I was in Jakarta,
Yeah.
which is like one of the most heavily dense, like populated cities. It's a fucking massive city, right? Beautiful. It's got like it's got all types of shit to see there, right?
Yeah.
But it's like in one section it's third world, then the next section you got like Spanish villas and shit. Like it's just high contrast. I said it to my mate that lives there. I said, dude, I go Jakarta's high contrast. Like it's just bang, 0 to 100. And I was there during December. And so, like, we head out to a mall, and their shopping centres are like the size of Crown. Like their Chatty is bigger than Crown.
Yeah.
And they're just boutique brands, man, like just everywhere.
Oh, shit.
Hermes and like all this stuff, all this European shit you've never even heard of. Yeah. Yeah, like insane. Yeah. And like you're looking at slums outside, and then you're going in there, it's just like, fuck, wall-to-wall marble, like you look at Palazzo, man, like it's nuts, right? But because I was there in December, they had like all these Christmas tree displays everywhere, like massive Christmas, like Rockefeller Center trees, man. And I said, dude, what the fuck? I woke up this morning to the call of prayer coming from like 3 different directions, right? But why are there Christmas trees? And she's like, oh, like we just, a lot of people here just see it as like a holiday, just something cool just to celebrate, like not in a religious sense, but just gift
Cool, it's
giving,
Christmas, yeah.
gift giving, family shit, whatever.
Mr. Kringle.
And at the same time, you see women walking, like young girls walking around in singlets and shorts and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought this was the most heavily populated Muslim country. Yeah, well, it is. But like, they've got like strict Muslims, and then they've got like, whatever, like practicing this and that. But then all you see in Bali is like the shores being littered by fucking Collingwood jumpers and, Southern Cross tats.
It's like, hang on a minute. I thought you guys were anti-Islam. Not everyone, but
Look, no shit.
it's the whole thing's hypocritical, man.
They're dummies, basically, right?
They're fucked, man. And like, then I started thinking about how many of these cunts would have actually ever gone overseas or grown up with any form of multiculturalism, right? And then like Pauline Hanson's back in the mix.
Oh, God.
Dude, her own government didn't want her. Her own party didn't want her. And she's back.
Pauline,
Yeah.
just give it up.
And they're just saying shit like, she's, traded the Asian thing to Muslim thing now, and immigration.
Yeah, it's whatever's hot on the topic. Like, hot topic, or she'll jump in and give her 2 cents.
Is it Ipswich?
Something like that. Some fucking
I don't know.
backwoods.
She's in it from a chip. I want to know what she's been doing. When did she first pop up? Like mid-90s?
Let me do the stats.
We would have been in primary school, for sure.
Probably maybe early to mid-90s.
Yeah, like 93, 94 or
Yeah.
something, yeah. And then she had a run, didn't do shit, left, came back again, didn't do shit, left, came back again. I want to know what
Please
she's
explain.
been... What has she been fucking doing for the last decade or so, right? No shit. What has she been doing? Did she go back to work, or did she survive?
Well, she started off in 94.
No.
That was her first contact with the Australian public.
Yeah.
And she is from Queensland, obviously.
Yeah.
Wollongabba. Gabba.
Yeah,
They're
right.
so redneckish in Queensland.
They're bad.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, this is when I was getting back to the salary things. Because remember how I was talking about that sacked MP that, like, got that incredible super for the rest of his life and all that sort of shit, right?
Yeah.
I want to know what she's been doing for the, like, because she was a fish and chip shop fucking owner, man. Like, she worked in a chippy joint, right? She would have come in, got a bit of money, disappeared, then come back in, got a bit of money, like from her campaigning and like all the little loopholes that you get, like, you know, money left over from your funding, like your campaign funds and all that sort of shit. And if she actually served in Parliament, she would have gotten a little paycheck. So if you've gone from a chippy joint to an acting member of Parliament, you would have made that sweet bank, like straight up. If you came from humble beginnings, from nothing, made a whole lot of cash quickly, you know how to fucking manage that shit. Never know when the bottom is going to drop. That's what I was going to say to you. Do you know the average? Like, I looked it up and I looked up WA specs and I tried to find Victoria's and they were just a bit murky, numbers across. But the basic. You ready for this number?
Talk to me.
All right, big fucking drum roll. The base salary for an acting member of like Parliament or whatever is $130,907.
Jeez
Base.
It's minimum. That's what you will get just to appear.
Then you get like, you know, you have your residential allowance. So, you know, if you don't live near Canberra or whatever, like you get paid like rental.
So if you're living in WA, you're cleaning up.
Yeah, right. Get rental, so basically, get your rent paid, right? Travel costs paid. You have a company, like a company car, government car.
Might have a driver.
I think it was like a lease of like 20 grand or something, right?
So you get yourself a
20
nice little
grand
car.
Yeah, dude, that's a nice car. 20 grand is a brand new car.
Yeah.
You know, it's a new model car, right?
You probably get a petrol.
And then
allowance.
your electorate had its own expense account and it had an office expense account as well,
Jeez.
right? So like they didn't just get, all right, well here's your electorate, here's your like, you know, your whatever K it is, take it, survive. It was also like different for the office.
This is why all these guys are going to the hookers, man.
Then I thought about it, man. And like, you know, if Pauline Hanson served once and she made, you know, fucking, you know, $1.28 serving fucking dim sims, and then suddenly made like, you know, 100 grand or whatever, then disappeared, came back, managed to get another seat in, served again, came back. And remember, she's not funding the fucking trail. No. So someone else is funding it. Dude, when you said we should start a political party, man, I'm fucking for it.
Dude,
man.
I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. We're going to call it That's Not Right Party. I'm not even joking.
Yeah. Dead set.
Like, I wasn't joking because these clowns are up there preaching and saying we should do this, we should do that. Go fuck yourself.
Man, there was literally a leader, the Premier earns, I think it was $355.
Fuck, that's pretty good coin.
350k, somewhere there.
Pretty good coin.
That's mad
Yeah,
cash.
that was in WA, I think. I was just like, this is just quickly, like I was just looking up some shit. A leader of a non-recognised party, right? Like not one of the majors or whatever.
So that'd be us.
It's like
An independent.
225. 225k. Do you know how much money that is, man?
Oh, dude.
That's a shitload of cash.
Yeah, no shit.
We wouldn't know what to do with ourselves if we had that much money, right?
All right, now let me ask you guys this, right? Because this was fucking bugging me out, man. Bad. What are we making sitting here now, having this like roundtable discussion? Yeah,
Dick.
Us meeting up. What do we make?
Nothing.
Neg-
Probably
negative.
losing money.
Negative.
We're losing money. Yeah, we have running costs. Yeah, like
of course.
the webs, all the audio that we have hosting, $16.
Yeah.
Johnny paid it last week because I'm like, yeah, guys,
You've got
we
your
need-
electricity, you've got your, you know.
Yeah, electricity, rent, like all that sort of
Yeah.
shit. That's our running cost, yeah? We're not making any fucking money from this. We don't have advertisers, nothing.
No.
We paid setup costs all off our own pocket, right? But all three of us are actively aware of like other people's shit. We recognize how lucky we are and we see the shit in the system we don't agree with, right? This is where I wanted to flip it. Because it's like, you know what? You know what pisses me off like more than anything, man, when it comes to like campaign time, man? When all these fucking politicians hit the campaign trail. Yeah. They go to like some mining community out in Kalgoorlie or some shit.
Oh, and they pretend to like do a bit of work, like they lift a brick.
They roll their sleeves up.
And they hold the shovel. And they're like, and smile for the camera.
Yeah.
And it's like,
They plant it in for like 2 seconds, barely get the tip in. You know what I mean? Pull out, blow.
yeah. And
And
it's like, thanks for your time, guys.
Yeah. Get this high vis off me, mate. I don't like it itching up my skin. I don't like the unnatural fibers on my skin.
What's with all these flies? You know? What's it? Bit hot out here.
Bit warm.
Bit warm. Get the car, would you?
Get the car.
Get the car, would you, Wilfred? Make sure the aircon's on.
They've got the guy doing laps just to get the car cool.
What kind of water's this? I want my Mount Franklin.
Do you know what I mean?
Coleridge.
I hate that shit. I fucking hate it. When they come out and they got like their hard hat on, or they like
fuck
it's
off.
all bullshit. You know what I mean?
Remember when they were trying to do the handballs, like with the football? And it looked like I don't know what it looked like.
Mate,
looked
you
fun.
got your higher education to get into Parliament. You weren't playing sports on the weekends. Get the fuck out of here.
You were in
You're
a
a
book or
fucking
sucking dick.
Yeah,
yeah, right?
take. Oh, yeah.
So this is what I was thinking, yeah?
Just a nerd. Yeah.
This is my fucking brilliant idea because they always come down on the budget. They always come down on like taxpayers and like spending money and the deficit. All that shit always revolves around money and where we need to free it up and raise it, right? Because, I mean, we all pay tax on like everything, fucking everything. Like, you can't shit in this town without paying tax, right?
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper, you pay tax. Flush the water, you pay tax. Like there's no win, right? And we're always short of money, right? Should be spending it on shit we'll never fucking use. Like, yeah, fair enough, right? So these fucking politicians, man, minimum base is like 130K plus allowances. So they're not paying for fuel, they're not paying for food, lunches, not paying for fucking rent, not paying for dick.
They're sorted.
Yeah, fucking sorted, yeah?
Fuck yeah.
35 to 40K cost of living in Australia, like let's say Melbourne, right? Because I don't know what it costs anywhere else.
Well, we can't have an MP drinking, like, Roast International.
No.
We need to be going to these cafes
Yeah.
and drinking
We need
mocha chai latte and all this kind of
that,
shit.
right? Okay. What is it they're actually doing, right? What is their job?
I don't know.
Like the actual job description, I wouldn't have a clue.
What's the job?
I've thought about that before. Like, what are they doing, like in their office or whatever? Like
in their offices, like what are they actually doing? What's your local MP doing? What are they doing in Parliament? Like they're debating, and you see questions time and shit on the news with all just, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to interject.
Minister for Sport, settle down.
what is that?
You'll be
Seriously?
ejected.
Yeah, they all start debating each other's shit, yeah? Apparently carving up, our great nation and how they're going to help us and how they're going to solve every fucking problem. They never seem to fucking fix shit, right?
You know how you can help us?
Yeah, dude, they never do shit, right? So it's like, okay, well, what are they actually doing? And I thought about it like, what would make, other than money, right? Other than money, what would push you to get into Parliament? What would push you to run for things? What do they all fucking say? What do they all say? Like, look at Trump's fucking campaigns that, Make America Great Again.
They all want to make a change.
Yeah, they all want to, like, help whoever.
You know what's funny? Now that it's almost up,
Yeah.
they're fighting against each other. What's his name and what's his face?
Yeah, exactly. Who the fuck
Yeah,
knows?
I have no idea.
Who the fuck knows anymore?
And they always bring up hospitals and schools and the health system.
Yeah.
I have not seen a change.
It gets harder and harder, man.
I've not seen a change. They're like, we're going to make sure that, people get looked after and everything. Dicks. We don't get dick. Honestly. Like, have you seen a change in the last, say, 20 years? The school systems or the hospital system or anything like that?
No.
Honestly, because we're just average guys. So we would see that kind of change. We would
you'd
feel
notice it.
We would feel it.
Down the trickle where the trickle
Yeah,
fucking...
we'd be like, fuck, this is sick.
Yeah,
Like,
this
cool.
is a good benefit to have, or I get an extra something.
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
But I haven't seen a change in the last 20 years.
When you go to the doctor, man, what do you pay when you go to the doctor for a visit?
I mean, straight up, you end up paying like $40 or something. Or
Yeah,
30 to $40.
But like, not bulk billing, but like
no.
saying-
If you go see a doctor privately,
you go see a quack,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and then they refer you to a specialist.
Forget it.
And then
Hang
you got to
on.
pay. Yeah,
Forget
yeah.
specialist,
Yeah.
right? We're talking about just regular quack down
I
the
think
street.
you're paying between $25 to $40.
Do you know what you need in your bank account to see him? You need $70-odd.
Really?
Yep. Do you know why?
Shit.
Because they refund. You know how they refund the money in for Medicare and stuff. Yeah. If you do cash, they'll refund you like the check, and they'll send it to you or some shit. You come
You
pick
got
it
to pay
up.
money to cash that
Yeah.
check.
All right. You pick up the check, or they mail it to you, or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. If you've got direct debit, you pay the outright amount, and then they do two transactions, one to pay it and then one to refund you like the difference. So you end up paying like $33. You're right, like $33-$40, depending if it's a double. Depending if I got a letter of, I had to get a letter of like a capacity or something, to make sure I was fit to go back to work, or whatever the fuck it was. The doctor charged me more for that. That was like an extra $30-$40. So it's like basically like 2 sessions or whatever the fuck it was, right? I avoid seeing the doctor because, like, you guys like me, we go like day to day, week to week on the paychecks. Yeah. Man, Wednesday night, Thursday morning, my pay goes in.
It's gone.
Within an hour, it's already been split up 100 ways, and I've got like $100 left for the week, cash, as in sitting in my bank account. When the fuck am I ever going to have like an extra 100 just sitting there to do this stupid transaction and
Might go see the doctor. You know, unless I'm dying,
dude,
and I'm like bleeding out of my ears or something. You know, like you're not going to go.
Or you can go see a bulk billing doctor and wait for about 8 hours until you're clinically dead, and then they resuscitate you, charge you for that.
Yeah,
right?
for all your bulk billing needs, go see Dr. Wong.
Dr. Wong, man.
The master. The motherfucker's got cash.
That's that dude you were telling me about, right?
Yeah, man.
Dr. Wong's a gun.
He's a sick up, man. Oh, dude, my local doctor, man, Maget, is the biggest mad dog. He's an Egyptian just up the road, man. No questions
what
asked,
do you need?
man. It's just like, are you feeling pain? Yeah, I am, man. Is it intermediate? Is it reoccurring pain or in the morning? I'm like, yeah, whatever. I was like, it just doses you up.
Just give me the codeine.
Take 2 before meals.
Yeah, I'll take 4 before breakfast.
Like,
I'm done.
He will cure like hepatitis, man, using straws. I'm telling you, it's a gun, right? And I thought about it, like, they all, like you said, they all want to make a difference. They want to fucking,
they say what they have to say to get
whatever,
elected.
bullshit, right? To get into a job that pays
but
incredibly.
we look at that and we look at both sides and we think you're both full of shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
here's my fucking proposal, man. Here's my proposal. Because, all right, let me ask you guys a question. Would you guys like to serve in Parliament? Like, forget like these fees, forget all that shit. Would you ever serve in Parliament if someone said to you, would you ever run?
Yeah, I would.
Would you be a politician?
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to, mate. Because I'd say it as it is. But
Yeah.
see, they don't like that. There's always
Because you say it as
there's
it
always
is.
the puppet that's in front.
Yeah,
and there's
dude.
always the guys in the back.
That's why
that
I'm-
get told
yeah.
what to say.
Yeah, that's why I'm a conspiracy nut, because it's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a big fucking...
Like even the Prime Minister, he gets told what to say because we get told by isn't it the Governor General and all that kind of stuff.
No.
Like the
Yeah,
Prime
dude,
Minister's
like,
a puppet.
Yeah, people look at them as if like this is the actual one man that's making a change.
No.
but,
No.
like
It's
far,
every other
far from
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like,
No.
Man, they tried to have... Remember when we were kids and they tried to have a referendum on Australia being a republic?
Public, yeah.
Yeah. And what did the people say? They didn't say we didn't want to be a republic. They said that we didn't want to be a republic where the president was appointed by politicians.
Yeah.
We wanted to pick our own president. And they said, like, and all they took was, no, Australia doesn't want to be a republic. That's the answer to that. It's like, no, dickheads. We want to elect a president. We don't want you to elect a president. But that was the end of it. That was the end of the debate.
Revolution.
Yeah, that's it. And you know what, man? Like, I don't want to come across as like some sort of fucking like either communist nut or like conspiracy theorist like Supreme, right? Like, I have an interest in that shit, but that's not what I'm basing it on. This is what I'm basing it on, like pure fucking fact, right? Like as in bare basics. Yeah. I don't have a higher education. Like, I don't. I'm a fucking idiot, right? Outright. I don't have the paperwork to prove that I'm smart or educated, right? But if a premier, like say a politician, his entire job is to go from his house to the office, debate, fly back, maybe go out to school,
pick
shake
up a
some
shovel,
hands,
do a
pick up a
sausage sizzle.
shovel, go meet a fucking diplomat from Uganda, whatever the fuck it is, right? That's his job, right? As far as I'm concerned, that's a pretty fucking glamorous job, right? Where you're in a suit all day, kicking back on taxpayer money. Your stress is like, your campaign and keeping your fucking job. Make it look like you're doing something because no one ever does anything, right? What did they do? They introduced the GST. That's the biggest... we said sorry to the Aborigines, right? That took fucking long enough.
Oh, yes.
We did that,
say, yeah.
And everyone was against it. And now, like, they're trying to bring... The whole debate is gay marriage, right? And it's like, do we do it? Do we not do it? Right? It's like, okay. Like, we're putting all this fucking focus on this shit, and they're pending issues, sure. But I'm talking about the actual fucking changes that affect, like, people like us, right? And like I said, it's got nothing to do with being against gay marriage. I'm not. It's got nothing to do with that. All I'm saying is that's all you ever hear him bringing up in order to appease voters. Because that's like the current trend. The world, cleared gay marriage. So now we have to do it, or we have to look like we're doing something about it. And see which party's like bigger. Like, I'll tell you what, man, if we were a lot more bigoted and more simple-minded in Australia, we wouldn't be clearing gay marriage. It wouldn't even be a topic of discussion.
No,
no, we're not doing it. Too
That's
bad.
it.
Yeah.
Off topic, done.
Yeah. Pick something that is on topic. Like Muslims.
Yeah.
Or some shit.
Yeah.
Right? But it was my point. Right? I think I was going to look it up because I keep forgetting, man. But I think it's somewhere in Central America or South America. There's a president that earns like peanuts. Like he basically works for free, right? And lives in like a modest house. I think he has a couple of security guards.
Is it because for the love of his country?
Yeah.
I think it might be the Venezuelan.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I'd written down Venezuela,
Nah,
but
it
I
is,
wasn't
dude.
sure.
He's
It
like
is, yeah?
he's like completely for the people. Like
Yeah. Dude.
That's fantastic.
What's his name? Pacquiao, the boxer.
Oh yeah, Manny.
Yeah, he's running on his own coin, and he said he wasn't going to take a salary or something if he got elected.
Because he's like, well, I've got enough money.
got money.
Why would I take more money off the people that I'm trying to help?
Yeah, right.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
what he says like the entire time. Yeah,
And he'll win.
okay, man. Look at it this way, if my rent was getting covered, my food was getting covered, my transportation was getting covered, right, and like all my other shit was getting covered, what would you need for a salary? Seriously, what could you live on?
Pocket money.
Pocket money, man.
Just to go do, because you've still got to live a life.
Yeah,
but you don't need 300k.
You still want to send your kid to a good school.
Absolutely.
You still want to go, do your
And
trip
all
to
right,
Bali
you've
once a
studied,
year.
you've done all that, so you're going to get your dues, whatever.
Whatever.
But it's ridiculous money.
Right? So think about it, man. If all your, think about it like this, right? If we figured out the cost of living was 35k, right? How much extra would you need per week to be satisfied, right? All you want to do is like get up, go to your job, like essentially like this is us, right? Say let's just pick regular people whose only real ambition is like, they don't want to create waves or whatever. They just want to get up, work.
So
Live
you're
their
saying,
life.
so you're
Yeah.
saying rent's covered.
Yeah, your rent's covered,
Your
your
petrol's
food's
covered.
your petrol's covered.
Mate, you wouldn't really need much.
You wouldn't need shit.
Yeah, you wouldn't need much. You might just go out for a dinner here and there, or like see your
give
mates.
me 50
or
bucks to take the kids to SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Give me, give me $100 to take the wife out to something.
yeah, might go to the footy. Just do
And
something.
give me another $100 to put aside, like so I can save. So one day you could go on a holiday somewhere. Most people
and run your country and make decisions.
and make a fucking difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, why are we paying like the Premier $355,000 just to do his job? The guy's got like 3
Oh,
telephones.
no. It's because he's the premier. Who
gives a shit?
And he makes a difference.
See how much money that is? Like that's a lot of fucking money,
Fuck,
man.
does he pay tax on that?
That's taxpayer money, man. We pay the tax on that.
We pay the tax on his salary. Go fuck yourself.
We got you covered, mate. Don't worry.
That's
Sorry,
fucked up.
Daniel. I can't afford toilet paper, but I've got your tax.
I got to cover, Mr. Whoever the fuck his name is,
He's in your
Weekend.
electorate.
Yeah.
The premier is in your. He lives. His
know.
office is two doors down from you.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? So, man, garnish these fucking salaries. You're getting everything paid for. Where's it justified? You're going to tell me that they've got a stressful job? Fuck off. We're all got fucking stressful jobs, man. And the thing is, like, I'm not crying poor. Like, I'm not saying that, like, I want this to happen to me. It's like, I want that to happen to everyone, man.
Yeah.
Like, some fucking fairness, man.
Yeah.
So, like, seriously.
I'm with you, brother. Totally.
Dead set.
Totally.
Like, dead fucking set. I got so fucking infuriated, man. Because, like I said, I was listening to the last steps and, like, people were talking about it. Then I started reading about, like, all the shit that, like, all the campaign shit. I'm like, man, get the fuck
You know what
out
I'd
of
love
here.
to see? I'd love to see all these people that are running actually go to a school or an underprivileged school and help actually build a canteen or build something or just do something.
Come to a day's work
I'm
at-
talking, like a couple of weeks' work of helping someone.
Yeah. Don't, like, put the yellow vest on.
Yeah. Pick up a brick, pick up some wood, help build something.
Yeah. Don't get back in your plane and fly, like, to the center of fucking Australia where no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Stay in the hood. Go
Yeah.
stay in a fucking local motel for a couple of weeks. Give him $100. Say, here you go, buddy.
Survive.
Yeah. Then you'll see how quickly fucking differences will be getting made. Imagine the stink. Like, if everyone just said, fuck it. We're done. Like, no more fucking allowances, no more exuberant fucking salaries.
Oh, we couldn't have
Makes no fucking sense, man. It's not right.
Yeah. It's not right.
It's not right.
No.
Like, pardon the fucking, but that's it.
Why has there never been a premier or a president that actually does make a change like that?
What
Like,
for?
but why isn't there? Like, no one, like...
Because if they did, there'd be no politics. As in, it's a revolving circle.
Yeah.
It's just like a thing. It's like, well, I can do it better than you, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just, what it is? They enjoy the money. And you would too, like we all would. But you're right, Johnny. I've never seen a difference
It
being
just
made.
brings it back to that whole conspiracy side of things, like it's planned, this is how we're going to fuck the human race.
It's a job, man, and we're just
Because there has been no one that's come and just gone, look, let's make a fucking difference.
Yeah,
Even a
Speak to
small
the
difference.
people.
Make a difference to your community.
It doesn't even start in like politics, man. Go all the way down the pipeline. Remember, like, you know, they started all the like electric cars and shit, yeah? Then they had like the hybrids, the water powered, all that shit. Dude, a guy in Australia had invented a water powered engine like back in the 50s or something. Guy disappeared.
Of course he did.
Dude, he disappeared. Like, yeah.
What happened to that guy? Oh, I moved to Finland.
I think he chased a bird, maybe out to Stockholm or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
he's,
And the last I heard, he choked on a corn cob. Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all these people that have come up with ideas, they've gone.
Nah, man.
Gone.
That shit.
And that's why people have conspiracy theories. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
no,
like, well,
you're forced to fucking ask the question.
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
why?
And then they come out and say, "Oh, they're just full of shit." Like, you know, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he's a
well,
fucking nut.
I asked
It's
a
like,
question.
hang on,
Answer it for
I'm
me.
asking a question.
Yeah.
I want a fucking answer.
Yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
can't give it to you. Well, go fuck
Well,
yourself.
go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I've got like, and you know, like, man, every time I complain about my job, and then someone's like, just get another job. It's like, I'll go get another job. Like, no worries. It's that fucking easy, right? And then it's like, oh, you know, you need to be making more money. Go, you know, you should fucking negotiate you think fine. It's like, dude.
Really?
Did I negotiate the EBA when I started working?
So you'll go to your employer and be like, "Give me more money." They'll tell you, "Get the fuck out," and they'll hire the next idiot that comes through the door.
Exactly. That takes my fucking job.
That's it.
man.
And then you're jobless,
Yeah, that's
homeless, and that's
Like,
it.
Imagine us asking for more money at our job. That would be hilarious.
Dude, we can't get more smoko time. We can't get more toilet paper in the toilets, man. It's like, mate, dude, what do you mean?
3 sheets per employee.
Limit.
What
Yeah.
do you mean?
A limit. A fucking limit on your ply.
I've had a bad week.
One wipe only, boys.
It's actually on the door in your cubicle.
let's-
One white policy.
Let's keep the flushing to a minimum.
We are watching.
We
One wipe.
can't have these exuberant flushing
3 employees
rotating.
per flush.
Yeah,
What?
that's it. Right? Like, we didn't fucking... I didn't... Look at... In the old days... you go to a warehouse, you ask for a job, you sit down with the boss, he tells you what you're doing, and you negotiate like so what's my rate? I think I'm worth this. I think you're worth that. Okay, let's meet in the middle, whatever. Now, it's like, I want a job here. Yeah, sorry, deal with our employment agency. Fuck me. Call up the employment agency. We're a bit booked. Come in, 3 weeks from now at 7 a.m. Yeah. What?
Bring in your registration papers and your bank account details.
Yeah, bring in a pint of blood, vial of semen, and we'll go
And
over it.
$100 cash.
Yeah, you have to pay the admin fees. You go there. Okay, look, we'll put you on file. Have your phone on you at all times. Like, you take a shit, you leave your phone in the living room. You miss it. You come back. Oh, well, you weren't really responsive. We can't have that. All right. You finally manage to get a job. It's like, you're starting work at fucking blah 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 Doveton tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Doing what? They'll tell you when you get there. What's the rate? We'll confirm. No one. You get to the fucking warehouse, man. I don't know about you guys, but this has happened to me, man.
No, it's happened.
Yeah,
You get
it's
to the
happening.
warehouse, all right? And this guy just like walks in, he's like, here, follow him. You got no idea what's going on.
Yeah, just fake guys.
Now, I
and
worked at
just-
this pellet place in Dandenong. I rocked up. Didn't know what the fuck it was because the name of the company didn't say like what.
Yeah.
Tried to do some research. Nothing.
Something holdings.
Yeah, it was something like that. I rocked up. This big married dude comes out. He's like, "You Nick?" Yeah, mate. He's like, "Come with me." So got me my high vis and all that kind of stuff. Puts me in front of this machine. I just look at him. He looks at me. I'm like, "What are you meant to do?" So like, I just sort through the wood. What, for like 8 hours? Yeah, bro. All right. I stayed there for 2 days because these cunts were fucked because the rate that the agency told me was not the rate I was getting.
Yeah.
So they told me they were making, just on me, and they had other employees there, but they were making on, like, the agency was making an extra, like, $20-something an hour on me working.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck yourself.
But that's
Honestly.
what an agency is, man.
Yeah.
Like, your rate plus more is what the agency gets.
So they were charging, like, $40-something an hour, and I was getting, like, peanuts.
Standards.
Yeah. It's they're the worst, absolute worst.
And then, like, no shit. Dude, I remember when I first started, like, after high school, and I got my first full-time job, like, in a warehouse or whatever, yeah? And I walked in one day, and this guy was, like, welding something. It wasn't a welding joint. It was, this guy was welding something. I'm like, hey, I didn't know you were a welder. He goes, oh, yeah, man. He goes, I'm a panel beater by trade. I'm this and that, this and that. I'm like, Why aren't you doing that? You know, why are you here? And he's like, because the last couple of jobs that I applied for, they'd want, like, the job description would say something like, you need, like, be a welder, forky, have an MR license, $16 an hour. Like, what do you mean? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of the jobs I've worked, they'd find out you had, like, some sort of trade like that.
Yeah.
And they'd have you doing other shit in the warehouse. If you were out on site somewhere, mate, you'd be making, like, squillion more.
Yeah.
Who cares? Big deal. Just use and abuse.
Yep.
And then, man, like, it's really weird, man. Like, listening back to the last couple of eps and, like, doing this whole thing, like, it's got me thinking, like, a lot, like, about school, about, everything that, like...
Realise just how fucked up everything is as well.
Yeah, where we've come from sort of thing, right? And, like, some of the shit we've had to deal with. I remember, right? I remember when I got in that rough patch that, like, me and Nick were talking about, back 5-6 years ago, right? I remember I signed up for this agency work, and they're the mob that sent me, like, to Vizzy and all that sort of shit. But for a while, I was working in a toy factory just down the road, like a couple clicks out, like in Bentley, right? And all we did all day was unload fucking shipping containers of toys.
That's hilarious. I did exactly the same thing.
Yeah?
It was, like, fantastic.
Oh, yeah, no, I was at a Moose or something.
Yeah.
All day.
They were going into liquidation, and we were just, like, unloading the rest of the shit that was...
No shit. Yeah. These shipping containers straight from China, Malaysia, and Taiwan, I think. All day. Like,
did they have those big, like, conveyor belts that roll up to it and someone jumps in and just
Oh,
throws
no conveyor belts, my friend.
All by
This
hand.
is all, like, 5 dudes. Every time these things would come in, they'd be, like, long as. You'd spend an hour, 2 hours doing it by hand.
Okay, because we'd have them, they'd park the container, and then they'd roll up these giant big conveyor belts. 2 people would jump inside the container and just feed them down the conveyor belt.
Nah. This was like...
That sounds like luxury.
You know what's fucked is, like, I'll tell you what was
Bloody
fucked up
duh.
about it, man. It was fucking hot. It was like March, so we were, like, dying of, like, heat in there, right? We couldn't breathe. We'd be like, because of all the plastic from the toys as well, we'd get headaches and stuff, and because of the heat, and because of the lack of oxygen, because you're, like, deep in this container. Every now and then we'd be, like, just, like, keeling over.
Mr.
Dude would come
Simpson,
out.
I'm dizzy.
Yeah, I'll do that. Dude would come out, like, why are you guys working? It's like, mate, like, give us a spell. Like, seriously, like, we're fucked, right? I remember we optimized the the whole procedure, right? Because, like, it was me. It was this guy that was starting to be an accountant. Like, he was finishing his CBA thing. Like, he was finishing his accounting shit, right? And there was, like, a jailbird. A dude just got out of prison, man. This Islander named
That's
Charlie.
mad.
He was the biggest cunt ever, man. He had stories about Franger doing security at, like, what's that station? That really fucked up station right before Franger?
Cananook. Or some shit.
He did security there once or twice, man, at night, and he goes, man, it was the worst job ever. Like, it was fucked. Yeah. He was a big boy, too. He looked nuts. He was a gun, right? So we optimized the whole procedure and basically got a pallet jack up into the container once it was enough room, and we just started dragging it, like, back and forth. And then we'd, like, when it get heavy, because we'd load it up with shit, we'd tie a winch from, like, the handle to the fork. They'd back it out. And basically allowed us to just take a breather for about a minute. They didn't let us do it because it looked like we weren't working for that minute. They preferred us to do it by hand.
Yeah.
Because that way we were working, right? Get this shit. This is what killed me, all right? At the same time, I kept applying for work. So I was going to the agency, like, getting as many shifts as I could, like, doing whatever they had me doing. I was going to Centrelink to keep them notified that I was, like, still working but didn't want to be off their system, so I wouldn't have to go through that whole fucking, what's it called? Induction thing, right?
There's inductions. What, 3-hour inductions?
Yeah.
Watch this video. Look how Jeff lifts that box. They show you the right way, the wrong way.
God, that's some horrible death.
Yeah, I know. Like a pole hits him in the neck. He just breaks his neck, falls.
A car falls from, like, a conveyor. Like, what the fuck? All right, that's
Don't
it.
do what Jeff just did.
Centrelink, man, was saying to me, we need you to hear reporting, even though you're working. We need your reporting so you don't have to go through the whole induction thing. I'm like, all right, cool. Fucking 10 hours a week, like, it's over, like, 30 seconds. Like, cool, fine, right? I applied for a job, and I got into, like, the interview I did an online test, and then I went in and did the interview, and there was, like, a physical test, and it was to do a transcript sort of job, like transcribing. Basically, to do it, get this shit. This is so fucking insane. This, like, I lost my shit. You have no idea. Lost it, right? By this point, man, other than all the warehouse work, I'd done HR, I'd done a business advanced diploma, right, in business. I did my audio engineering thing, right? So I'd spent like 12K plus like nearly 2.5 years or whatever, like 2 years doing this fucking audio engineering thing, right?
Yep.
The requirements for this job was you had to be, you had to have strong typing skills. So you had to like type at like 95 words a minute, something like stupid, like, you know, like court sort of shit, right? You had to have a good grasp of the English language, like a very good grasp. Because what you were going to be doing, and you had to have acute hearing and attention to detail. And you had to be able to multitask and like all that sort of shit. Because what the deal
So you
was...
had to be RoboCop.
Yeah, sounds stressful.
Yeah, right?
High stress environment.
Bad.
Jesus.
Because the whole job was you sat at a desk and it had like, you know that little pedal that you'd have on like the organ and shit?
Yeah.
Like where you sustain, like that. That little pedal set up at your foot. You had a screen in front of you, right? It was just this in-house software. This is a job in the city. In-house software. You had this little pedal. You hit the pedal and the audio would play. And what it would be playing was fucked up. It was like court hearings, right? From range of cases, murder cases, child custody cases. The interesting one was that, and the even more interesting one was it was interviews from like cop shops. Like, you know, when they bring someone in, it's like, okay, tell me what you saw.
Yeah.
And you basically like, didn't matter if the guy was speaking German, you had to transcribe it like verbatim.
Speak Deutsch.
Yeah, like, and like, you know, you either get like human speech patterns and stuff. Like, you have to sort of get a flow of the pedal so you could move the audio across. You have to, your brain had to go in overtime because you're sitting there trying to hear like details. So you're getting this guy's story, you know, my wife came out and then I came in and then I saw him, so I hit him. You know, and then if he throws up in the corner, you got to write that he throws up in the corner. Yeah. You had to have it like this English, like grasp of the English language was important because like this would be going into like legal documents. It might be used as evidence, like shit like that. No one was really proofreading it. So you had to be on point. Right? And you were going to be dealing with highly sensitive cases. So you'd be dealing with like rape, child shit, you know, brutal stabbing in the CBD. I've got to sit there and write about it. You know, like shit like that. Yeah? So you're going to be stressed. Do you know what was paying? I sat there, I did the test, right? Smashed it. But I was like fucking, like I was jarred. So I'm sitting there typing like a machine, right? Did it. And they were like impressed because my ability to like, you know, once I adjusted to the whole procedure, like, you know, I adapted really quickly and got the hang of like, you know, when to flow with the pedal so I could hear the audio plus the typing, all that sort of shit. So they're like, you know.
You're the audio wizard, I told you.
Right? They go, yeah, you did really well. You know, mate, like, great. You know, would like to offer you the job. I'm like, okay, cool. And I was still young, so I didn't want to say, like, what's it pay? You know, like, what does it pay? And when I walked out, I felt good, man. For the first time in 5 years, I was wearing, like, slacks, a shirt, like a leather jacket.
Felt
you know?
good.
Yeah, I was in the city. I'm like, fuck, man, I could get used to this shit. Like, even, you know, I don't know what it's going to pay, but, man, I'm in the CBD. It's a weekday. Like, you know.
Life's good.
Yeah, this is cool, right? And I wouldn't mind that job. You know, I like that sort of shit, right? HR sent me the paperwork from Queensland.
Can we take? We have to take a stab at this though. See how much it would pay,
dude. All right.
What year was it?
2010.
10. What do you reckon, Johnny?
So picture the setting. You had to take a police test, and you were going to be police tested and drug tested and stuff frequently because you know you're dealing with highly sensitive cases and stuff, right? And you had to be like a wizard, like typing like a fucking lunatic. Good grasp of English, and like the like.
I reckon they would have reamed you.
What do you reckon?
What do you reckon, Johnny? Salary for the year.
For the year?
Oh, we're going salary, are we?
Getting salary.
Ooh.
There's a salary? Because I'm pretty sure it was a casual job. They didn't offer contracts. The way it worked was...
So are we going weekly here?
It amounted on the amount of work you did, basically.
We're doing weekly? Or
Go
an hourly?
What do you reckon the hourly rate was?
I reckon they would have given you about 18, 19 bucks an hour. Because you would have been classified as a junior.
What do you reckon?
Oh, dude, fuck. If I thought about that job before you speaking, I'd say maybe like $30 or something.
Right? That's what I thought, yeah. Like, it has to be, like, it's got to be something decent, man. High 20s at least, yeah? Closer to Nick's number, right? They sent me the paperwork, and I was like, is this a joke? Like, what do you mean? I'm just looking at it, I'm like dumbfounded. Like, I was shattered. I'm like, how the fuck is it, like, what am I going to be making a week? And then I called them up, And they said, "Oh, are you going to take the job?" Like, welcome aboard. I'm like, "Nah, I'm not taking it." What do you mean? Okay, is this the rate? Like, is this a mistake? No, that's the rate. Okay, so how does overtime work? How does hours? Oh, well, it depends on how many cases you pick up. It generally takes this long. Depends how many hours you put in because you've got to go in there to do it. You can't take work away. So they basically log your hours of activity, yeah?
So you can just do as many hours you want up to...
There was a limit on that, right? Because you physically weren't allowed to work. This is over 6 years ago, so you couldn't work more than. I said, when do I get up for a pay review? Performance review, Well, let's just say you're performing adequately well. Yeah, we'll review you in 6 to 9 months' time, and then we'll assess it there. And I'm like, okay, how many more brackets can I go up? And they said, I think there was 2-3 more brackets. So, and I go, and how long does that take? And they were like, 3-4 years. So I had to work there like a slave for 4 years to earn something
So say you started then and, say now, you'd be on $22 an hour.
Maybe, right? To do this high-stress job.
Maybe some biscuits.
That people couldn't do, for long ends at a time. And I was like, what the fuck? I go, why would I do this? Well, what do you mean? I go, mate, I said this to the guy on the phone. I'm working a warehouse job, half a click out of my house. I'm earning more money than that now. That requires absolutely no skill whatsoever. I go, how am I going to get into the city every day? Drive or catch the train? You pay for my lunch? I'm going to lose money if I come in and do this job.
That's fucked up, man.
And then they're like, oh, look, we're in a shortage of, there's plenty of work if you ever go. Of course you're in a shortage of workers.
Up the rate.
You're paying, you're paying people like they're, sitting in a warehouse, picking, rejects out from a conveyor belt.
See, it all comes down to greed.
Dead set, man.
Not on the workers' behalf.
Okay.
Because they're taking the money.
The responsibility that was going to be on my head to do this job was insane.
You're popping Panadols they were fucking Tic Tacs.
If I entered some shit wrong, and then that got put in as evidence, and they're looking at the transcriptions without hearing the original case, then it'd come back to me. And I'd be up for shit. I'd be up for an audit. Yeah. You want me to do this? Am I going to pay you at the end of the week? How does this work? Now, fuck this. Why the fuck would I come and do this job?
You'd have to stay so focused for your whole shift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was so depressing, man.
Straight on the
And
crack.
plus-
Yeah.
Not to mention hearing all the fucking
fucked up
depressing
cases.
fucking
Yeah.
stories.
No shit, man. And then it goes back to social work in Melbourne and all that sort of shit. You know what I mean? Do you know what they get paid, man? And what they have to deal with?
Oh, social workers get nothing on it.
Man. And then the runarounds they get when they're trying to deal with cases. And then and that's why I got
And
to
all
thinking.
the grief they'd cop from the clients.
Yeah, man, that's when I started
They would
thinking,
be getting in some situations,
why the fuck are these politicians even bothering at all, right? Well, the paycheck. But, man, how much fucking... dude, if I was a politician running for, whatever, man, I'd be cover my cost of living and give me a bit to save on the side.
I'm sweet.
So I could go to
And
Thailand
I'm
once a
good,
year.
yeah.
And I'm good. Why? Because I want to help my fucking nation.
All right, you know what? We're going to lodge. We're going to lodge paperwork and start a party. I'm not even joking.
But that's why...
That's not right, PTY.
LTD.
LTD.
And then we have another offshore in the Cayman Islands.
Cayman Islands. Oh, it's too hot for this.
It's too hot today.
I can't,
I don't know.
for this customer's illegal account. Oh, shit. I shouldn't have said illegal.
Said that. Oh, crap. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off base, man. Maybe I'm way off base, but it's just fuck you. You got these dickheads, and they put the soup, when they go to the soup kitchens and shit, handing out sandwiches.
Yeah, they're there for a minute.
Mate, I would fucking make it policy. If I got in, I'd make it policy. No more fucking catered lunches.
No.
Unless you're working overtime.
Yeah.
And you need food because you haven't been allowed out to get food. Bring a fucking sandwich.
Yeah.
Every politician
Make a ham and cheese sandwich.
Make a ham and cheese sandwich like everyone else that's fucking working in the
Or
warehouses.
use your own money and go buy something.
Yeah.
Don't get catered. Bring it to your office. Fuck yourself, man.
But do you know what I mean? I would cut out so many fucking allowances. It's what makes you so much better than half the people out there, man? Seriously, what makes you so much fucking better? Because what? You're running for MP or some bullshit Senate? So, what? Fuck you.
No, we're going to start it.
You special.
No, we're going to start
And, man,
it.
we haven't even touched on, tax breaks for, charities, tax breaks for religious affiliated buildings, all that sort of shit, charlatans. We haven't even touched that, man.
No.
The amount of skimming And then, like, man, I got a friend who's a teacher. I mean, got multiple teachers, right? And they're always talking about how money's been cut out from the school, like kids that need like help, like autistic kids.
Yeah.
Teachers turning around and saying shit like, "Oh, they're not autistic. They're just, they're just what's the word? Withdrawn."
No, that child is actually autistic and needs like an aid,
Help, needs
teacher's aid.
attention. Yeah. The child's it's just shy, just shy, just a bit,
All right, tell that to the parents
Yeah.
that have to,
Deal with his kid.
Yeah.
You know how fucked up that is, man.
Disgusting, dude.
But we've cut it out of the budget because we
Yeah.
can't afford it.
And like, it's you know what the answer always is, man? Like, they cut shit out, right? Teachers like, fuck, like, we've lost this much money. We've had to let like one of the teachers' aides go. Like, this is I swear to God, this is a legitimate conversation I've had with someone. They cut budget, they cut funding. We had to get like rid of one of the aides that used to help like with the autistic girl or the deaf girl or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Which the child needed.
Yeah, which they needed, right? I'm like, so what do you do now? Nothing. You make do.
That's disgraceful.
What the
That's
fuck?
fucked. That's fucked.
How, like,
I know, dude.
Like if each politician, right, cut out even $5,000, because these teachers' aides don't work full time. They're on a part-time kind of thing. So they're there, could be 3 hours a day.
Whatever it is,
Whatever
yeah.
it is. These, like, even the top dogs in the Victorian government just cut out $5,000. They could pay for that aide to be there for the whole year.
man,
I'm not even joking.
what I really wanted us to do, man, at some point was literally just compare budgets, man.
Yeah.
Like you said, the funding was like 25 mil or whatever. Okay. And how much was taken out of, the budget for education, let's say, or whatever.
The budget.
Yeah. Every time, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Where could you crunch the numbers and say, what the fuck? Why have we spent this much money on this when this is exactly what's missing from that department?
How about those stupid big fucking like sculptures and shit they have on the East Link freeway?
Oh my God.
There's like a giant.
Don't get me
bird.
started.
Dude, look it up.
Don't get me started. That hotel thing?
Stats, man.
On the East Link?
There's a hotel.
The
On the
hotel.
East Link, yeah.
There's like this seedy-looking little hotel.
Yeah.
The bird, the fucking bird.
I drove past and I'm like, what in the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
It was in the millions. That
Yeah.
shit cost millions.
Yeah. Like, why?
It's a fake, seedy-looking motel
Yeah.
on the side of the freeway.
Yeah.
Why?
What-
That
exactly.
serves no
Yeah.
purpose.
Which that could have gone into the school system or the hospital system, like the public hospital system or something like that. But no, we're going to build a big fucking bird and a fake hotel on an East Link. It's a fucking road. Build the road, collect your tolls from it, and shut the fuck up. Why build something that no one cares about?
Millions. They
Yeah.
spent
Do you know what the
millions.
funniest part is? They would have mowed down like trees and natural,
mate,
Yeah.
natural like environment and
The
like,
animals and stuff that
scenery.
live there, forget it. It would have been gone.
Trees and natural environment to build that shit.
Yeah, it's
Right?
a concrete slab.
Go figure that out, man.
That's just.
It's not right.
That
That's
is-
not right.
That's so not right.
That's not fucking right, mate.
It doesn't make fucking sense, man. You know. In this wave of like all this fucking school shit and like things, man, I actually thought of something because I saw this pop up. This is what sparked me, man. Like, this is one thing that like killed me. All right, popped up on Uberfax on Instagram, right?
Wait, what's Uberfax? I don't know. I'm a noob.
Oh yeah, Uberfax. It's just a page you follow, man, and they just dump like
Facts.
random shit. Sometimes it's helpful. Sometimes it's just like today's.
Is it on Insta?
Madonna won 60 Grammys by the time she was 30. Like, okay, cool.
Oh, cool.
Nah, sometimes it's cool shit. Sometimes it's just whatever, right?
Yeah, sweet.
But I saw this thing pop up and it said Ryan Reynolds failed his high school drama class, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh yeah, and then the hashtag's like never lose hope or whatever. I'm like, cool. Then I thought about it. Like, hang on, man. In year 11, right? I was in year 11, 12 music, right, at school. In year 11, I won the semester's like award for like VCE music, right? Like
The Audio Wizard Award.
right? I won the award for like year 11 VCE music. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like I won it in the first semester.
That's mad.
In the second semester, I dropped out / got kicked out. Right? And I thought, why the fuck did that happen again? And I remembered because our teacher left like after the first semester and we got like this other dude in. This cunt, man, he was fucked. Like he was a nut, right? His words were, remember, he looked like, I drew a caricature of him in the back of my diary because everyone's like, man, he looks like they found him at a bus. Like seriously, he just looked like just a confused old man, had no idea what he was doing, right?
I'm picturing like the comic book guy from Simpsons. Am I on the-
You're not far off, man, I'm telling you.
Cool.
Right? I'll see if I can dig out that diary. He said to me, that if you can't read sheet music and you can't sing, you're never going to get anywhere with music. That's what he said to me. I was already like composing music by that point, like using sequences, playing instruments. Like I was doing all that by ear and shit. I've been doing it for like 5 years or something. But that's what he said to me. And by the end of it, I failed / like I was wagging music because like, I didn't want to be there. But that's how fucked up that was, man.
What a pig.
Dead set.
Yeah.
And that stuck with me. And like when I had when I was in that media company and doing all that sort of shit, anytime like I'd get like a little win like somewhere, I'd remember that fuckwit. I'm like, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, how many destructive teachers have you had?
Yeah.
Like depending on what school you went to and stuff. Like, man, we were like school of fucking hard knocks, man. It was fucked.
We had like 1 or 2 good teachers, and then that was it.
Dude, our high school, man, was like, because you're not from the areas, like our high school was basically the last line of education. If you got kicked out from any of the schools in the
Around the
southeast
area,
within
yeah.
like a 10 to 20k radius, our school would be the last place you could go.
They'll take you.
Yeah, I'll take you. Dead set. And I start thinking of all the fuckwit teachers we had, man, that didn't give a shit about our education, didn't give a shit about nothing. They were just there to collect a check like everyone else. I couldn't be fucked. Fair enough.
Yeah, it sounds like pretty much every public school, I think.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit, man.
They're not there to nurture your talents or...
They don't give a fuck.
You want to learn. If you don't, fuck you. Like,
They're not
how
there
many
to give-
teachers have... I know some students, teachers were like, well, you're not going to amount to nothing, so fuck you. Like, what? Like, and then the kid would be like, oh, you know what? If he's... Yeah, fuck
You know what's fucked, man? That job I went for earlier in the year, man. All right. One of the things was you had to prove that you had a VCE certificate, like either like a report card or whatever. So I actually went looking for my VCE certificate, right? Fucking 30 plus, I'm looking for my VCE certificate, right? Fine. Like, I'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah, it literally came to my mum's, man. I started digging through like boxes, man. It was fucked, right? And I started reading like my old reports, and like this big nostalgia wave sort of came up, like because I started remembering like where I was, and like a lot of shit I'd blocked out, right? My year 11 first semester report from the coordinator was literally Demetrios is wasting his time, has no interest in being here whatsoever, and he should just quit. Like literally, that's what he wrote. Never mind at the time, like I was being fucking bullied. I had shit going on at home. Like, you know what I mean? Like high anxiety, addicted to painkillers, like all types of shit, right? Which like I'll fill you in on, but like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah.
No.
I don't want to be there.
Instead of the
clearly.
teacher coming to you and saying, hey,
What the
Dimitrios,
fuck's going
what's
on?
wrong? Like, is there anything I can do to help?
Nah.
It's like, you know what? He's wasted his
Dude.
time. Fuck you.
That Greek teacher, man, we had a Greek teacher who, was well liked by students, right? This one Greek teacher was a mad dog. But, like, everyone liked him because he was just honest, And he was, like, fair. Like, if you fucked around in his class, he'd, like, beat the shit out of you. But if you did well, he was, like, pat you on the
He'd
back.
praise you, yeah.
Yeah, right? And he was always, like, in high spirits until you, like, pissed him off. He openly said to me, like, you better pull your head in, like, and watch your back because a lot of teachers have got it in for you.
Yeah.
I'm like fucking 16 years old, man. I'm like, what the
What the
fuck?
fuck's going on here?
This is what I'm hearing? Like,
What's happening?
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the shit that, like, I had to go through high school. Forget, like, what anyone else has gone through. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about screening, like, who your teacher, like,
Oh, yeah.
we were talking about, like, how we don't screen shit. And I raised this point, man, and I think I might have asked you, I don't know if I asked you, John, this was, like, ages ago. But, like, I'm fucking sick of, like, parents that are just inactive, man. Like, they're just there for show. Like, no interest in their kids, man. Because, like, dude, like, Nick, man, like, this guy will turn up at work and have, like, some cool story about his daughter and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, something.
Because you've actively got an interest in what she does day
Yeah,
by
man,
day. It's
like-
like, oh, she did this today, was pretty cool. Or
Yeah, whatever.
She said this, or yeah.
I don't know how anyone that has a kid can't take an interest in their kid or love their kid. Like,
But that's the sad thing.
I don't get it.
A lot are like that. They just don't.
Like, I mean,
I know you work a lot.
Yeah.
But you still take out time.
well, I didn't even want kids, and like I had a kid.
Yeah.
It wasn't planned, whatever. But like, I love her more than anything. Like,
Yeah.
she's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I just don't get these parents that just
Yeah, these fucking nowhere parents, man.
nowhere parents. Like,
It's like, got to go to parent-teacher night. Nah, can't be fucked. It's like, mate, if I had a kid going to school, I'd be down there with a magnifying glass, lie detector test, swabs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Running these fucking teachers
Yeah.
through the ringer. So you cunt, you're going to be spending like a good 3 to 5 hours with my child every day. I want to know your shit. Like, who the fuck are you? We need to know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But some parents couldn't give a fuck.
Huh. And then how many backward teachers did you used to see? And kids would complain about these teachers, like, man, like Mr. fucking blah, blah,
It's
blah.
full on deaf ears, mate.
Yeah. No one give a fuck.
No.
And then they'd extort you into paying your levies, which were optional at state schools.
Oh.
You're not going to camp if you don't pay your fucking levies.
So what was it? It was. I remember when we first rocked up. It was to get your locker. That's right. They wouldn't give you your locker if you didn't pay the $5 or $10. So you had to buy a diary, right? Your school diary and your locker. And they wouldn't give you your fucking locker unless you paid your school levy.
It's a
All right, I'll
it's
just walk
a
over my
state
bag.
school, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a state school. Imagine being like in year 7, like anxious as fuck,
Didn't pay dick.
and you can't get your locker because you haven't paid the $10. Like, man, I'm at a state school because I've got no fucking money. Do you know what I mean? How ostracized would that kid feel, man?
I'm surrounded by fucking psychopaths that
Actually,
want
do
to
you know what
bash
the
me.
other one was? This is the other one, the other golden one. They started policing school uniform like hardcore by I think year 9 or something. Like we all had to buy like blazers and
Oh, a
fucking,
tie came in. Like
yeah, like ties and shirts. Like they try to.
they were lucky we
upmarket-
came in slacks.
Yeah, right. They tried to upmarket the school a bit, right?
It was falling apart at that
Do you know what I remember, man?
Yeah, no shit. It was falling apart, man.
I remember they had the school uniform at that point, right? Was like a polo with the school logo on it, and the sports uniform was a white tee with the logo on it. If you didn't have that white tee, you didn't participate.
You're not
in sport.
participating, yeah.
Are you fucking joking? Like,
It's so stupid. So
because physical activities have no effect on me because
I'm not wearing the logo.
yeah. I don't have the T-shirt, man. I couldn't afford it. It's in the wash. Like, whatever. The dog ate it.
Yeah.
Nah, you're not participating.
Go sit on the side and just, take down the scores.
But I remember, man, it was around year 9, 10 when I started. Because, like, man, I was really withdrawn, man, when I was, like, a kid. Right? I mean, you know me now, right? But from fucking 3 years old through to, like, 17, man, like, I used to just keep my mouth shut.
you're pretty introverted.
Bad. Like,
Yeah.
bad, man. Like, I had my own issues to deal with, man, but, like, I was fucking quiet as a mouse. And it was only, like, in, I think, year 9 or something, I started, like, I'd see shit like that, like the T-shirt thing, and, like, and I'd start saying stuff. And people used to say, oh, my God, Dimrick the teacher again. And I'd get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
Right? Because I asked the question. I asked the fucking question that didn't make sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every
you're
time,
a
man.
badass.
Yeah, every time. And I get shit canned for it, man.
Yeah.
I get fucking shit canned for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's
It's fucked.
I think the school system's a bit better now, but it's also the school we went to.
Yeah,
It's-
but you know what the other thing is, man? This is the other fucking thing. They're saying how all this positive reinforcement shit, right? Like schools that can't keep scores,
Yeah.
kids that play sport.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. We're getting to like the new generation now. So if they lose or something happens to them, they're gonna fall apart.
They don't know how to fucking lose, man.
No. It's they're gonna fall apart. Like these kids now, like in football or soccer or whatever, they don't keep score at a certain age.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, so when that kid gets to a certain age where, say, under 12s or 13s, and they keep score,
Yeah.
they're going to lose. The kid's going to be like, what the hell happened here?
What the hell just happened?
Yeah.
How come we don't get the fucking trophy?
So if you don't keep score, like, I just don't like that.
I've always said everyone needs to play competition sport, man.
Absolutely.
Everyone needs to play competition
some
sport.
form of something.
Growing up, you learn about teamwork, you learn about respect, you learn about earning, like you keep, you know what I mean? Like you're all in, you don't cheat, all that sort of shit. I've always fucking said it, always, man. And a lot of unbalanced cunts out there are walking, I guarantee you they never played fucking soccer or footy or tennis or anything, man, as kids. I guarantee you, right? I've always said it. So then, like you said, you take away the score element, so then there's no reward. It's just like, yeah, well, we're just passing time. Like, everyone's a winner. Until
When I played footy, it'd be like, if we lost, we'd all huddle together and be like, all right, boys, next week we've got to do it. Like, even when we were kids, like under 12s, we'd be like, you'd go play the next week and think, fuck, I don't want to lose like that again. I want to win.
Yeah, that's how you learn to overcome shit. And,
Absolutely.
yeah,
exactly, man.
Yeah.
No shit.
So when they cop something in their life, they're going to be like, they're going to fall apart.
Yeah.
Because they won't know how to handle like
Man.
a loss or anything like that.
It's that shit, right? And then I listen to like stuff that my teacher friends say. You know, like, man, like your little girl's like you're too young for her. Wait till you get her first report, right, from school. You know they cannot have anything negative in the report.
Jesus.
Your kid could be a complete little cunt. You know, you just need to belt the shit out of him, like to teach him a lesson, right? He could be going into class, like feeling girls' legs, burning like the class pet. They can't say anything negative. It has to be positively reinforced.
Like, wouldn't you want to know if
No.
your kid was doing that shit?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Mate,
talking about,
you-
I'm talking about teachers spending hours writing reports, and like, man, I can't be fucked doing this. Why? Because I've got no more words to say. How many times can you say something? You know, like
Yeah.
without getting to the actual point of it.
Yeah.
And then it got me thinking, like, man, I looked at my reports, even from primary school, man. It would say, you know, something like keen, attentive, you know, a bit disruptive, or you know,
Needs to pick up the slack. Something.
needs to pick up focus, some shit,
Yeah.
right?
Gets distracted easily.
Yeah,
That was,
distracts others.
talks too much in class.
Yeah, it's like shit like that, right?
that was always on mine. Gets distracted too easily. Because he fucking says boring shit and I hate
So you
it.
see a bird outside. Hey, look, a bird!
He's just staring out the window. Yeah. Starts burning the rubber.
Somehow he's got a lighter. You know? Like, he's sitting there like age of like 9,
He's just-
burning the desk.
It's because I was bored, man. Like, I wasn't doing what I enjoy. Like,
Yeah, right? There was always something that would, like, you know, get you a clip over the ears or like a stern talking to. None of that anymore, man. They have to be positive. They have to be positive reports, reinforcing everything. I'm like, man, these kids are growing up in an environment where they're not punished for doing anything wrong, because there is no right or wrong, right? They're just, yeah, it's frowned upon, right? They're not getting anything in writing where their parents can actually react and say, mate, like, what the fuck?
Pull your head in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, me gun back on your TV time until you straighten up these maths reports. Like, yeah, none of that shit. And then, like, when kids crack the shits, they just hand them, like, an iPad.
Yeah.
And fuck.
That gets me. Oh, yeah, I can't control my kids being disruptive. Oh, here's an iPad.
Yeah, just shut up. Leave me alone.
Like, mate, that's not how you...
Johnny, you said you disciplined your little one, like, remember, like, a month ago or something for the first time? Yeah. What happened, man?
oh, the first time I had to, like, smack her, which
Yeah.
it wasn't, I wouldn't even classify it as
Like a
smack,
tap.
like a tap.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, she had, like, a momentary lapse. She's normally, like, really well behaved. But
Yeah.
she, like, went to, like, smack her mum on the face or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I straight away reacted to it, you know, tapped her and just said, you know, you can't do that. And she was shattered, like,
Yeah.
shattered. And just, she said straight away, I'm sorry, Daddy. Came and gave me a big hug and a kiss and shit.
See, that's life lessons. She'll
That's it,
remember
man.
that. She'll remember that.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid, man, like, Greeks.
They don't play, man.
Greeks
They
are
don't
another
play.
story, man. Like, wog households.
Beltings.
Fuck. We'd go to, like, see visitors, yeah? Like, we'd go to, like, a visitor's house.
You know, his shirt, like, right to the neck, like, sitting there like a good choir boy.
Yeah.
Hands
Right.
on the
Oh,
lap.
mate.
Yeah. Dude, you would walk into the room, you would greet everyone in the room that was older than you, period. You would greet them. You'd go up to them, hug them, or kiss them, or, like, something, yeah? And then you'd come back, you'd stand by, like, your parents' fucking chair, and just stand there. Doesn't matter if, like,
That's your spot.
dude, it doesn't matter. Until they said, you know, once you go into the living
Go
room
play.
and watch TV or some
Yeah.
shit.
It's like,
And then
then
if
run
the
away.
TV was switched off, you didn't turn it on, man. You waited until someone turned it on for you. Yeah? And then, like, you'd stand there or sit there, you can fuck around. And then, like, if you did anything, like, your old man would just look at you, just stare at you.
Yeah,
Just the
it's
look.
The
Just
eyes.
the fucking look,
the
man.
eyes, mate. You
We
think-
all knew the look. We got
Yeah.
it from our parents, man. Like that fucking look, you know? And then when you left, you went and said goodbye to everyone. Same thing, in order of fucking thing. You walk up to your auntie, you walk up to your uncle, walk up to everyone. Then you leave. And then chances are you'd get in a car and your mum or something would turn around and, like, lose it because of something you did that you weren't even fucking aware of. I swear to God.
Yeah. Like,
Right.
why did you do that? You embarrassed me in
Yeah,
front of the whole
embarrassed me
family.
in front of everyone. Like, what are you talking about?
what happened? Why?
I'm not even joking, right? And, like, granted, like, our parents especially were probably a little overzealous, right? Because they're just taking back what they knew, right? Like, yeah, you said you tapped, like, you know, but, like, you didn't punch her. And, like, she reacted straight away. She's like, I'm really sorry. That's it. Man, she acted up again. Seriously.
I find the best thing I find is like I explain shit to her, like when she does shit
Yeah.
that's wrong. Like I just sit, like I make her look at me. I'm like, look at me, come here. Like really,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
explain it to her, and I tell her why.
Yeah.
And dude, she's so well behaved. Like
Man.
But they're the
She's
life lessons she's going to take with
That-
her. I know
and-
she's young, but she'll remember that stuff. Like,
yeah,
it's-
fuck oath. Man, I remember, like, getting slapped with a mocky or something, man. Like in the corner, like fetal position.
Yeah.
What did you do wrong? Like I left, my comic in the kitchen or something. Dead set, like Armageddon, man. Right? But you're doing it right. You're doing 100% fucking right, man. You're talking to her like she's an adult and just saying, listen, this and this and this, and that's that, man.
Yeah.
Just take it away from that, and that's
You're not
it.
bribing her with things.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing these days. If you're not good, I'm not going to take you to McDonald's. or I'm going to here's your iPad. I can't control you, so just shut up.
Man, go
I
to
don't like
dinner.
that.
Go to fucking dinner. Go to restaurants, man.
Yeah.
Kids with iPads just sitting there, fucking this glow. I was in a restaurant like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago or something, man. I'll never forget it. And it was like an ambiently lit restaurant, right?
like
It wasn't
where we're sitting
romantic,
right now.
but it was just dark.
Yeah.
Like it was a dark joint,
Like our sexy
Had like,
dojo.
had like Michael Bolton in the corner,
Playing piano. Shirt open.
Just the curls, the long locks,
Yeah, golden curls.
sweaty forehead, big vein.
Barry comes up, oh, baby.
Oh, yeah. All right. I remember looking up to like this table, man, like on the right.
Can't
and
get
it was
enough
like,
of your love, but yeah.
I remember looking at this table, man, and there was just this fucking glow coming up from the table. And there were like 3 kids, probably like 5, 4, and 2 iPads, just like faces glued into the motherfucking things, man. I'm just like, what the fuck?
We never had that with kids, man. Like,
No,
we'd
man.
sit there, like, if we went to like a Greek tavern or something, for a birthday.
Got
Like,
involved, man.
your grandparents or your parents would be like, "Katikala," which means like you better be good. Like,
Yeah.
and you'd see them like, "Oh man, I'm gonna cop it if I don't sit up straight."
And then like
Or,
you talk to the fucking people next to you.
Perfect posture.
Yeah.
yeah.
You talk to the people next to you, man. Like that's it.
And if you, But these kids now, they have got no but that's why kids have no social skills now.
And that's what pisses me off,
Awkward.
man.
They're awkward as fuck.
They're awkward and they just sort of really,
Yeah.
Like with like Facey and like social media and shit, like I get we're taking away from like face to face sort of shit, right? So to counter it, you'd think we'd be doing like all types of shit. Like, man, I get shitty like texting people for too long. I'll like call them up, right? If I know I can call them, if no one's at work, I'll call them. And if a conversation's going for like, man, I used to do it with Nick all the time, man. Be like, he starts saying something, and be like, man, let's go for a coffee. Or like, yeah, I'll come past, we'll have a smoke. 10 minutes later, we're at each other's door and it's like we're talking shit, So I get like, with social media and like everyone's work lifestyle shit, like everything's sort of getting compressed and like, everything's on speed dial now. Cool. But man, if you take away sport, like you take away keeping scores with sports, right? And then you take away any negativity in school reports, then you hand them an iPad every time they're loud just to shut them the fuck up.
What kind of skills are they going to have? Man?
Skills.
Nothing.
They're going to grow up to be the most entitled, arrogant little pricks.
yeah, bad.
No shit. Who are they going to give a fuck about?
No, nothing. No one.
No one,
No
man.
one. They're going to think, I'm entitled to this, so I don't give a fuck what you say, and all this kind of shit.
Bad, man. But like that shit like really gets me. Especially the fact like I don't have kids, man. I don't. Like I don't have fucking kids, man. But like I know the shit that I wouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? Like I might not be able to like change a nappy with my eyes shut yet, right? And I know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to have to wake up 6 times in a night to do a feed or something. Like cool.
Yeah.
But man, like, come on.
Yeah.
Do you want your kids growing up like in a city like where like their report card comes back and there's nothing negative like at all?
I want to know
Yeah.
if something happened at school, or they're not concentrating on something, or they're not, like I want to know. I don't want to be like reading it saying, oh, very good, all this kind of. And look, it'd be great, but in reality, it's not what's happening.
Man,
It's
everyone's
It's a lie.
covering
It
their
is.
fucking
It
asses,
is.
man.
It is. They only put positives and they don't put the negatives. I want to know about the negatives.
Yeah.
Get here!
Man, you remember, like, I used to be fucking scared when we go to the parent-teacher nights, man.
Oh, me too. I used to dread it.
Bad.
Yeah.
I hated it. Because, you just knew you were up for some shit. Even
Car ride home, it's just like, Jonathan. Seriously.
I don't know, what was the word, like, what'd your parents do, man, to, like, discipline you? Seriously. How did they, okay, let me ask you a question, man. How did they go about communicating any issues?
My parents weren't the best at that,
Yeah?
to be completely honest.
No shit?
Not really.
I don't know, because, like, WOGs, man, we just take it, like, as standard to get, like, belted.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get yelled at before you've even done anything. I didn't do anything wrong. And, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, no.
You just knew it was coming. Just like in the back of your head. You didn't do anything wrong. You just know it was coming.
a
Like,
disruption was caused, and you were in the vicinity of the area.
You would cop it.
That's the smoking gun, man.
yeah.
That
It's
is-
your fault for being in that area.
You shouldn't have been there. Simple. Like
No.
that's standard for wogs, man. I'm telling you that now. Like I'm outright.
Heaps more lenient with me growing up, for sure.
No shit. What? Like
Well, I didn't really get smacked at all. I remember Mum used to threaten me with a wooden spoon, like, but it was just a threat, like,
Mate,
threatened.
I'd be
I
running away
got chased
laughing. You know
down the
what I mean?
street with a fucking garden hose.
A garden.
Mate, I'm not even joking. Like,
What, were you gonna
whether
get
they were going to whip me or
strangled or-
choke me,
Yeah.
it was happening. I remember when I was a kid, grandmother had a 4x4 plank that used to hold up the washing machine lid. All the old wogs used to, you know, they always have the washing machine lid open. And man, every
just
time
to monitor it. You
Oh,
know?
yeah, man, you'd walk past that laundry, man. You look in before you even want to do anything bad. And you just look at the wood and think, nah, I'm not even going to go there because you know you're going to cop it.
Yeah, man. Dude, my mum's weapon of choice was the mocky. Right?
Weapon of choice.
That's it. I'm telling you. Because the mocky, man,
Yeah.
like, I
It's
figured it out.
flexible.
It's got the flex.
Yeah.
It's got the plastic
So with
plastic
with a
base.
slab,
Elasticity.
with a slab,
It was very easy to like hold.
and it was
right?
quite thick, so it connected.
thick sole, thin like at the back, so you could easily get the wrist action. Made a big impacting
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
That's
you
a
know?
good. That's a good weapon
Set
of choice.
fear throughout
Yeah.
the region.
Yeah. So once you get hit with it, it's like you hear the silence. Oh shit!
Right? And you could just conceal it, just put it on his foot, just walk away, you know, like sweet. That's it, man. I don't know how often I copped that, man. Because my mum's hands would start to hurt, you know, if she was like trying to actually hit me. So she moved it up. Yeah, we didn't break wooden spoons, man, because they were a commodity, man.
Spoons. I mean, you'd laugh at a spoon. You'd laugh at a spoon though. You'd put on a spoon like, what are you gonna do with that, man?
Yeah,
like,
man.
get something like decent.
I'm telling you, and we never got apologies ever. An apology in a WOG household, non-existent. You were to blame for everything, even if you weren't even born. Like that's it. It was your fault. You were born.
So are you guys for, like, in our day and age, are you for parents?
Not that kind of. That kind of.
I wouldn't
no,
subject a child to like what we went through.
Not that kind of
So
stuff.
what do you think's fair? Like,
Well, what you did.
Like a tap.
What you did, man,
You
like
think
that
that's,
warms my heart because it means someone's actually doing something right.
Yeah.
It means, you know, your little girl's not going to grow up to be an arsehole. You know?
She's gonna think twice. She's gonna think twice
Yeah.
before.
dude, she's awesome. She has she says thank you every time you give her something.
Beautiful,
Man.
mate.
And when you say thank you to her, she says you're welcome. Like she's
See that
she's
you're
gem.
raising her
Dude,
right.
I wanted to punch the fuck out of that guy at work, man. Me and Lexi saw this kid, right? He's this tall dude, young kid, man. Like he hasn't got a pube on his face, right? He looks so fresh faced, man. Like he literally just quit year 12 to start working with us, right? And his crew's past, like just completely oblivious of everything around him, right? He's picked up like a pallet, but with the tines like on the thing, he's gone over it at the wrong point and he's cracked them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm just standing there like trying to wrap something or whatever. I'm just like, oh,
Just
fuck.
observing.
And I've gone up to him and go, mate, because he just got jammed and he was trying to like move back and forth. I go, mate, you've got to pick up the pallet from where the point of the arrows are. Like I'm trying to show him like the correct way to do it. And he straight away goes, no, it was already broken.
Of course it was.
I go, mate, it wasn't broken.
He'll be gone within a week.
I go, you've picked it up incorrectly. I go, like, I'm trying to show you. No, it was broken already. And he's just like driven off. Collected me with the pallet on the way out, nearly ran over my foot. And I was just standing there like looking at him. I was like,
You have not been raised right at all.
mate, the drop, when the penny drops, man, like it's going to be a long fall from the top. I swear to God. He's going to land. He's going to be holding his solar plexus. Winded as fuck.
It's in the corner. Just,
And me and Lexi were laughing about it too because I said, wait till he gets his first paycheck and he sees all the tax that's been taken out. He has not been introduced to tax yet,
it's
man.
like, where's my money gone?
And we
I
described
was
it.
supposed to get this much. What?
We described it as just like a stiff uppercut into the gut. Just like,
Here's your paycheck.
and then as he's got his head doubled over, someone's just come up with a knee. Boom, there's your GST.
Welcome to the workforce.
Welcome to reality.
Welcome to reality,
Dead
kid.
set. Dead set, man. I used to see it all the time when I did the event stuff. I'd be out at like Vic Uni, Monash Uni, setting up like marquees and shit. And you'd see these pompous pricks walking around, man. Like I used to work in that industry, man. It's a revolving door with like employment. And a lot of the guys, they're like hard guys, man. Like they're ex-jailbirds. you know, guys were like just wanderers, man, drifters. They're all drifters, man. I'm telling you. So we'd go to these unis, man. And I was always the youngest one there, right? And like, we're all cool, right? And you'd get these uni students that just thought they were like running the world, man. It's like, you're at uni, bro.
They'd look at you.
They'd look at you like you were a piece of shit.
Yuck.
You're at uni, man. This guy's done like 5 years for armed robbery.
Mate, he will turn you inside out before you even know what the fuck happened.
And they just look at you like, get out of my way.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm important.
fuck. No shit. And then like,
Well, that's that mentality of the politicians, you know, just
Yeah.
you're scum, we're better.
yeah.
We know more than you do, so let us do our job. You're not doing anything.
They're the types.
Don't worry, Leslie. Once you graduate, you'll go straight into university and we'll have a job lined up for you with the Liberal Party of Canberra. Like,
Straight to the top.
Tell us what
my dad's a senator and he said that I'm going to go into Canberra.
Of course you are, darling.
And then this cunt, like, you know, he's walking along chapel or something one night, you know, with some bird that he's just, like, convinced, you know, he's loaded or something important, walking back to his dad's, like, Rexy, you know? And then, like, three wogs just turn the corner. Hey, what are you doing, eh? And it's like,
Do you know who my dad is?
that. And the guy's
Gone.
floored.
Gone.
And he just doesn't know what the fuck happened, man.
Yeah.
Yeah? Then you get on the coke.
Oh, we've got to have the coke.
Get
We've
on the
got to
coke.
have the coke, mate.
You know, start listening to what's that band? That really that dark emo band, man. Do you remember when emo was like massive?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
What happened to the emos?
They've got good paying jobs. They all work in Parliament. It's a senator for Clayton.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's it. Remember when emo was huge?
Yeah.
All these fucking
And all these
tool-
bands came out. Like,
Oh,
what was it, Panic at the Disco and all these kind of... Were they emo? Were they...
They were. I don't even
I'm trying
know.
to think of the one band. It was like, fuck.
Who? Are you talking about like I Killed the Prom Queen and stuff? Like they were emo / crossover hardcore something. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think
They
most
blend-
of the emo scene sort of went like into that sort of hardcore,
Hardcore scene, yeah.
yeah, it kind of blended in.
You just look at these kids like you guys are so fucking confused, man.
You don't know, man.
Oh,
You don't know. You don't know my pain,
You know
man.
about me, man.
Like, you don't know
our
what I've
band
been
is
through.
like really important to our image, and like our image, like our church. And everything.
Like,
Shut up!
Sparky Bob. You don't know what I've been through,
You don't know
man.
who I am, man.
Like dead set. But they all have like iPhones.
Yeah. I hate the culture. I hate the system.
You're such a sellout, man.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they go
well,
eat at Subway and they've got an iPhone and go fuck yourself.
Taking selfies at Subway.
Yeah.
But we hate the
This is
system.
me and my sandwich, but I don't even care. How was your sandwich? It was all right.
What's the point?
On the fucking money, bro. On the money. Yeah, I think we'll call time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, around an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, why not?
That went quick.
Yeah.
Too quick, boys. Too quick.
You were,
Quick jab to the spine.
you were just fucked up. Like, no one actually, like, because, like, we're just here, right? But no one sees, just hears our stupid shit. Like, could you imagine what could be going on, like, in the background, man? Yeah. Like, it could be, we could be, like, at a steel mill, like, in a basement. Could be, like, in like, a projection room somewhere, like, at a snuff theater.
Crazy horse.
Yeah, who the fuck knows, man?
I could be jacking off during the whole podcast.
Who would know? Who would
Well,
know?
you guys do. But
Oh, he's your comrade, by the way. No,
we see everything.
Yeah, nah, seriously. Do you know who we have to shout out? We have to shout out Big Dog Paul, man, from Canberra.
Yeah.
He's the one that gave us the photo of Parliament House with our podcast in
Yeah,
front of
mate.
it. Yeah,
Sick photo.
he's been hustling like a fucking prick to get us like up and running, man. So we have
Sick
to shout
photo.
out. He's a fucking mad dog.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I did audio engineer with him. Like, it's just we catch up whenever we try to, but I've fucking barely seen him. But he's always sending me some bullshit about.
Shout out.
Yeah,
to Paul.
about like some conspiracy
Paul
theorist
Lee.
thing. He's got 100 stories, man. It'd be really cool if we can get him down here to do a session. He's fucking hilarious.
Fuck
He's-
yeah.
Yeah, he knows what's going on.
sick.
But I think just thank everyone again. Like anyone that's been listening and has noticed. I mean, we're on Facey, we're on iTunes, we're on SoundCloud,
Insta.
yeah, Insta
Everything.
account, Twitter account. That's all going nuts. The YouTube account gets updated slightly staggered because we have to collate all those images and stuff. But like, yeah, if you like that sort of stuff, you get lost in the translation, just get onto YouTube.
Get involved.
Yeah. And just keep sharing it. You guys are doing great. You know, we really appreciate it. It's like trippy as.
Yeah.
Trippy as people coming up to you on the, just, that's
Hey,
not right.
yeah, it's not right.
That's not right. Like,
it's not.
that's really cool. So, yeah, please, like, keep doing what you guys are doing. It's awesome. Keep sending in the messages, keep sending in the videos, keep sending in, like, everything you guys are doing, because that's really cool, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so, call it.
Thanks, peeps.
Juke leverage out.